So,
Woo!
last time, on the Vagabonds, last we left off, the party had spent a chilly night in hell, enjoying the slight reprieve granted to them by Canaan's enchanted fiddle that created a sort of oasis from the insanity-inducing atmosphere of this place. And each of you took a watch, expressing your concerns and seeking answers at times. When Canaan laid down to rest, she was met with a horrifying nightmare, during which she was alienated from visages of her friends. She watched the world she knows and loves burn around her. She saw the arrayed armies of the Shepherd of Fire standing against those of the Clendathian Empire. All of the cities that she visited and their inhabitants laid in ruins, and only one path appeared before her, forcing her inexorably towards Corzin Fatedraw. Corzin offered Canaan one final opportunity to join him and avoid his vision of the future. His vision of the future that he claimed to be showing her. Avoid the burning of her friends and work with the Shepherd of Fire. Canaan broke down in tears, pained that Corzin would violate her mind after promising not to, and ardently refused. She spent the rest of the night in this terrifying nightmare, falling, and falling more to the running rivers of lava below her, while her burnt and skeletonized friends screamed, "Your fault!" and tore her to pieces. Canaan decided to share only the basics of her dream and hold the rest to herself. In the morning, Inaira was exploring the stone wall that she had created to secure the only opening in the cave that they had stayed in, and Xarius noticed a hauntingly familiar and pungent smell. Just as he was warning everyone else, a taloned hand burst through the stone, startling everyone and sending rock shards shooting about the room. A moment later, another large and taloned hand reached in and clutched Inaira's torso, yanking her from the cave and knocking her unconscious on the cave ceiling. Xarius attempted to blast the beast from the sky as it lifted upwards and away towards the city, but only managed to cause the creature a brief bit of slowness before it recovered and carried Inaira away and out of sight, landing somewhere in the southwestern portion of the city. You all quickly gathered your things and set out in hot pursuit across the scorching desert. Running the long distances across the heat-baked red clay ground, you quickly made your way to the next closest outcropping of rocks about a mile away, and took a moment to catch your breath, where you were assailed by the small mounds of sand that had piled up nearby, mounds that turned out to be dust mephits in disguise. Rapidly dispatching the 3 mephits with only a dash of dust in the eyes, you continued onwards toward the city, making good time. You approached the city walls and, as you did so, found yourselves looking onto a human man strapped to an awful, torturous mechanism and being torn apart by a murder of crows. Deciding to aid the begging man, you freed him from his restraints and learned a little about the city, who might be accepted before the man ran away upon learning you intended to venture further in. Going into the city under the guise of being slaves of Xarius, you found insane writings all over the walls and long track marks indicating dragging chains, and struggled to keep your bearings as you traveled, the city's maze-like organization making retracing your steps very difficult. Nevertheless, you found your way into an altercation with a quartet of thugs outside of a local club. Clearly seeking just to get a laugh with lethal focus, Xarius was compelled to drink a disgusting liquid known as fringe, which caused him to be out of his mind for some time and embrace the club life. In this delusional state, Xarius' sword, the Widow's Might, was stolen by a small and sometimes invisible creature. With clear presence of mind, Canaan and Varis led the charge to follow this creature and dragged Xarius along. You gave chase through a bizarre meat market / slave exchange, through winding streets, eventually to a road filled with the sick and dying, where you lost sight of the thief. At this point, Xarius' mind had been restored, and he magically tracked his sword and followed the trail before being stopped by a muscular and armored devil with a long and spiked beard who identified you as the Outsiders and informed you that Veseer would like to speak with you about your friend Inaira. The party followed this being for quite some time, winding and weaving through street after street, definitely crossing some of the same paths multiple times, but making so many loops that even Canaan would have difficulty following the path back. Eventually, after a long trip, you were finally led outside of a beautiful villa surrounded by luscious and bright tropical trees. Your escort led you up the short stairs, knocked, and as the door opened, informed you that Veseer will see you now. You stepped into the house and immediately noticed it to be strikingly similar to a house that you'd seen before. A long stairway descended to your right, guarded by a railing ending in a lion's head carving. A half door rose in front of you, or half floor, rose in front of you, and the room was filled with elegant furniture and artwork. This room definitely resembled the foyer of Corzin Fatedraw's mansion in New Calamon. A moment after entering, two of the large and terrifying creatures that abducted Anira entered in on either side of the room, and the large entryway door slowly creaked shut behind you. With a foreboding feeling hanging in the air, you heard the clacking of dress shoes on the tile floor, and you saw emerge from the doorway a shorter and slender humanoid figure. Red skin somewhat covered by exquisite garments, a long devilish tail curling with excitement, huge leathery wings neatly folded behind a shapely feminine body. Two short horns protruded from the forehead, and you saw held in her hand a staff as tall as she is, both ends capped in a silvery metal with one end fashioned into a lethal-looking and twisting fork. The figure stepped forward and placed her backwards hands on the balcony, before introducing herself as Veseer, Tyrant of Yzdra. Veseer recognized you as the Vagabonds and knew that you possessed Corzin's Ring of Power. A tense negotiation ensued where you learned that Veseer is Corzin's daughter, and has been bound to the city for the past 400 years, as a result of her previously killing him. The party cleverly avoided divulging too much information, and secured the release of Anira in exchange for a promise to kill Corzin, the ring, and some information about the world outside. Shrewdly securing a night's rest, the party was escorted, Anira included but still unconscious, to a room where they could rest and catch their breath. And that is where we left off. So, Vagabonds, what would you like to do? You have the knight in front of you. Ignore the sheep noise. But you have the knight in front of you. Are you all setting watches?
I think that's the plan.
Okay.
I believe we had, but Kanan said not tonight for her.
Yeah.
And we're all in the same one room, right?
Everyone's in the same room. Yeah, inside the room, there's a couple of beds in there, and Iris just passed out on the floor at this point. Yeah, you all are in the same room. There's enough beds that you all could lie at different times as long as you take shifts. But there's also a comfortable couch in there, a few barrels that you could rest on top of if you really wanted to.
I can take the first two watches.
I can do the last two. High five Varis in the middle.
Should you be up that long? I can grab the last one.
I mean, you said you needed to rest, so...
While Zarius is not here in person, he still can't take a watch.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hey Zarius, how about I bully you into taking the last watch?
Zarius quietly nods and accepts.
Well,
all right.
That's settled. You two get your rest. Well, all of you, and Harriet, I'll wake you up in a couple of hours.
Thank you, Varis. It means a lot.
Anyone need a hug before they go to sleep? We're in hell, so hugs are free.
Do they cost when we're not in hell? I didn't realize I was paying you.
It depends. It depends on how I'm feeling. Right now I'm feeling like a hug.
Well, I'll take one.
Me as well. Maybe if Harriet's got any of that tea of hers, I could use
I'm
some
not
of that.
sure how much water we have. We have some rations from
I have hell water.
your friend.
Right, I guess we best wait till we return to Balthazar.
You know, I'd love some tea, but I'm not sure if that's in the cards tonight.
Right.
But rest well. She'll be on one of the barrels.
Okay. These ones, unfortunately, are not heated, so, you'll have to deal with that, but... not like your rock and palace escape.
Man.
But...
Not our
Top tier.
brothel rock. Man.
The best bed of the rock.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll continue on. For just expediency's sake, we'll say that you all are very attentive during your watches. Really, the only noises that you hear are odd sounds of light construction, as you get the sense that they're rebuilding some of the rooms that Anira destroyed throughout the night. But you also still hear the dull thumping of these creatures stalking about the house. Not like, just like that. But nothing, it doesn't sound like there's any kind of aggression or anything. It just sounds like they're moving things around and kind of recreating the, the house that has been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
could I do something during my watch?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So, probably about an hour in, after Varis is sure that everyone's asleep, he'd like to walk out into the hallway and just kind of take a glance and see if there's anyone within eyesight.
Okay. Make a perception check. 19. Okay. Yeah, you look around, you get a pretty good feel of the layout of the house. It looks like they pretty much left you alone. They don't really consider you to be a threat, you gather, at least for the time being. They seem to believe that you'll honor your deal. But you don't see anyone in the short hallway that's in front of you.
Okay. Do I know of any important rooms in this house that we've been to? Is there a library or something that I am aware of? Or
So the only resemblance really to Corzin's house is the foyer area. This hallway that you're in now is different. All of the areas that you've seen, aside from, again, that foyer entryway and the half wall above, are all different. So really navigating this house would be like navigating a place you've never been.
Okay. Then I will just... There's a bunch of rooms in this hallway, right?
There's 4 or 5 rooms, yeah.
Okay, so can I just go down to the next one
Sure.
and try and open it?
Yeah, the door's unlocked. You open it. It looks like a storage closet.
Okay. I'm gonna walk in there, shut the door, and then just kind of close my eyes, and we have a really big thing coming up tomorrow, and I know I fucked up, and I know I didn't listen, but for the sake of my friends, for the sake of everything that's going on, if I could just ask for it back tomorrow so that we're at our best. And as I'm saying this, I'm going to take out my dagger. Just for one day, 24 hours. That's all I ask. And I'm going to... I'll cut a gash in the end of my finger and draw Fetch's symbol on a wall in
Okay.
blood.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. 19. You make the symbol, and you kind of half expect something to happen right as you finish the symbol, but you wait and nothing. And you kind of stop the bleeding up with with a piece of cloth in the room, and you wait another moment just to see if anything will happen, if there's any kind of indication of anything. And just as you're getting ready to give up, you feel a presence close by you, and you turn and see Fetch sitting, leaning back against the wall, his foot up on the barrel, dressed in very casual clothing, more casual than you've seen him before. And he says, "Well, Varis, I suppose I might be able to help you, if you're really sorry."
I'm sorry, I abused the things that you've given me by not listening, and it's been haunting me ever since, and I don't know if I can ever repay you, but I am sorry.
How about this? I'll restore your powers now, rather than make you wait the full duration of your punishment. And instead I'll take something else. You won't miss it for now. You might miss it later. You'll have to take the chance.
Deal.
Very well. He smiles that wide, haunting grin. And he grabs your shoulder, and you feel this deep warmth pour over your body down and just fill you to the core, and you feel refreshed, restored, back to normal, back to how you felt for the past several months. And you just feel powerful, strong. And he says, "Ta-ta, Varis." And he just vanishes from sight.
I'll try and prestidigitate some sparks.
A fountain of sparks erupts from your hand in beautiful multicolors.
Okay. Varis is a little shaken and terrified, but he's gonna go try and keep the rest of his watch.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. You're very alert at this point. The adrenaline kind of pumping, so you managed to take the rest of your watch without issue.
Okay.
Does anyone have anything else that they would like to do on their watches? I just don't want to rush past anything.
Is Harriet able to... She started realizing that her gun has different features. Is she able to do some sort of, like, investigation of looking at the different things? Like, she's not going to fire anything while on a watch. People are trying to sleep. But just kind of, like, looking with that intention, because she'd never really done that before.
Yeah, so I would say make a Tinker Tools check. And we'll say that this is... you're proficient, but we'll say it's an intelligence modifier. So it should be on your character sheet at this point. I turned off my whoops, so I gotta look and see. Okay,
That's an 18.
Okay, 18. All right, yeah, it's pretty good. So you unload the gun first, and make sure that you've got your ammunition set aside. You take out the cartridge, the cylinder that holds the rounds, and you start to see all the different lines and bands of these different pieces that are holding it together. And you see them traced all throughout the different parts of the gun. As you're disassembling this, they currently have this kind of greenish glow, because that was the last power that you had imbued them with. But as you start to take it apart and analyze it, you see that they can be imbued not only with poison or fire, but with really any kind of elemental power that you could store within it. You don't quite know how you would do that at this point, because the only way that you know to change it is by kissing the lips on the handle. But you recognize that it has the capacity to imbue or to take on a bunch of different powers. You're not even sure that it's limited to elemental powers, but just that this weapon seems to have the capability to basically accept any amount of power that you could put into it, and grow and change as a result.
Okay. And just as a note, she's going to... I think it's on fire right now, so she's going to transition it into poison.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Just...
Yeah.
And... yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have anything? All right.
I don't know.
Okay. So, all of you have very fitful dreams tonight about each other, about the fights that you've been through, and the ones that are still to come. Memories of family and friends past sprinkled in. Dreams that have a distinct sense of distance. Like all of those things are a lifetime away, or that they were simply stories from someone else's life. But you all awake like normal, and you all gain the benefits of a long rest. You feel refreshed and restored, ready to tackle another day in hell.
No more exhaustion?
No more exhaustion.
Yes.
So, what would you all like to do in the morning? You've got, you can eat, you can gather your stuff and just head out. You're running a little low on food and water. Pretty low, but you have enough that you could get by, basically.
Well, I think it might be I know we're kind of in conservation mode, but it might be smart to be on our best going into this. Whatever that means.
Do we need anything else from the list, or are we ready to go?
Hold on.
I think, aside from our friends, we're ready to go.
Are we?
Who has the list? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have a soul stone.
Oh, right.
As I was gonna say, if we're ready to go, we can just, stuff ourselves and. What do they eat down here in hell?
Soul stones? Maybe?
That
That
guy
one,
did take
I
a bite
just-
out of it, right?
Yeah, actually. Do you think we'll find a soul stone in a bar?
Unless it's a soul scone, I don't want it.
I don't think we
That was
should
funny,
eat it.
Harriet.
I'm hungry, Varis. I want a damn scone. That's what my soul wants, not
Well-
some tormented. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind talking to some demons trying to find, hell food.
Worth a
Yeah?
shot.
I certainly don't want to drink whatever Zarius had last night.
You know, I don't really make it a rule to drink whatever Zarius is drinking.
He seems to drink quite odd things quite often.
He has a drinking problem.
He has a lot of problems, but that's
We
all
all
right.
do. We all do, darling.
You know, so are we trying to get this soul stone before we go do our things, or is that?
I mean, we can't. I was merely just asking because if our thinking was we go and kill Corzin and then just leave right away, we could just, exhaust all we have. But otherwise, we need to probably go and fill ourselves up.
Right.
Zarius speaks up and says, if soulstones are a form of nutrients here, it could be that Corzin has some in his mansion.
I have no problem stealing food from Corzin, soulstones or otherwise.
Right.
Corzin actually did have really good scones.
Corzin had a lot of really good things.
Corzin was really good until we found out he was sticking his fingers in other people's heads,
Mhm. That's how they work.
mind raping them.
Well, do we want to go kill Corzin and then steal food from him, or do we want... I'm hungry too, but I'm always in the Corzin killing mood.
After the dream I had that first night we were here in the cave, I'm ready to kill Corzin now. Which I guess I should tell you guys about. Corzin came to me in a dream. I know I told you that when we lost Ira. But aside from saying some really nasty things, one of the nasty things was that the decisions we're making will basically destroy ourselves and the entire Tarid Protectorate. There were massive armies. The Clendathian Empire looked like demons, and they were ready and slaughtering people, and I mean, on top of that, you guys were dead. And I don't know, felt like I should share that with you. I wouldn't put it past Corzin to, I don't know, try to put a false future in my head to manipulate me, but if there's any ounce of truth to it, I thought I should let you guys know.
Can Corzin see the future? I wasn't aware that he could.
I think he can see what he wants, which is us not to destroy him. That's our plan. He said we are dead in that dream. We're not. We're here. He said we're saying horrible things to you. We're not. And if we are, slap me across the face.
I couldn't slap you, Harriet, unless, of course, I was giving you a health potion.
You know, it's good to feel loved.
How's your tooth, by the way?
My tooth? I think we have bigger things to worry about.
I was making a joke. But, anyways.
But, I don't know. I don't really view Corzin as a trustworthy source of... In fact, I have almost zero care for the way that Corzin views the world, and if I had to view the world the way Corzin views the world... No. That's not a world I want.
Well, that's good to know. So I guess we kill him today.
Huh?
Is it not still
about
sleeping?
8 months overdue.
Probably more than that. With all the pain he's been causing.
Right.
Better late than never. So. What's the plan? We know presumably where he is. Do we just break in and kill him?
Kind of thought our new friend may have some desires for the plan that we may or may not have choices about.
Perhaps we could buy food from her.
Buy with what, though?
Well, in this case, it's... If she really thinks we're a valuable asset, I mean, us going in, not having eaten, not having... That's not helpful to her.
But at the same time, it doesn't hurt her if we die.
Also true.
I don't know about that.
No, we don't know if it does, but... Should we just go talk? Have a chat? With dear old little Miss Corzin? Little Miss Fatedraw?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess we do.
I do have some news as well. I'll throw sparks in Kanan's face.
Kanan will just kind of and then shake her head like cats do.
I'm back, bitches. Let's go.
All right.
That's it. That's the
Varis!
news.
I'm not going
You know
to...
that throws my balance off.
Well, get it back together, because we're going.
There's a lot to unpack there, but I'm not going to unpack any of it. Glad you're back.
Varis starts heading out the door.
Isn't Ira passed out on the floor still?
No, and Iris should be awake. I'm assuming just being quiet.
Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
She woke up with a start, noticed you all, and now she's just kind of sitting with her knees to her chest, looking at the floor.
Zarius will speak up one last time and say, you know I can just make food, right? Food and water, if you all would like.
You know, I kind of can't say I actually knew that. I
I saw
forgot that
Fang do it
part.
one time, so if you'd like, I can do that. It will take some of my energy, but I can do that.
I also have some blackberries, but I don't know if that's helpful.
Zarius will cast Create Food and Water. It's a 3rd level spell.
I forget that magic exists. We don't have to go and get food. We can
Yeah.
just
So I'm 80% sure I didn't know he had that.
in the back of my
I thought
mind.
that was just a Fang thing.
It's just a cleric spell. Zarius finishes doing the incantation. He clears off some of the barrels that are in the room, and immediately 45 pounds of food fill one of them, and 30 gallons of water fill the other one. And it's very bland. It's like oats, but it's enough to get you by. So dig in.
Anara, you said you had blackberries? 'Cause I think that would go great with this.
Yeah, I got them from Balthazar's. And she'll dig in her bag, and Sky will dig in their inventory. I think I grabbed notes.
I think it was like 10.
I think I grabbed like 20.
Yeah.
I grabbed blackberries. Why am I being specific? I grabbed blackberries.
You
And
got
I'll
enough
just-
blackberries, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pass them out. Probably like 4 to 5 a person.
Cool. All right.
Ah.
You all
Fine.
enjoy
If you keep them,
your
the seeds
oats.
are gonna get stuck in my teeth, so you can keep your blackberries.
But that's the fun, Harriet. You eat them throughout the day. You know, you feel it in there, and she'll take a claw
that's-
and
Kane and I really respect how you find fun in, the world everywhere. I don't think finding a blackberry seed that was wedged between my teeth is my definition of a good time. But, go for it.
All right. So you all have eaten. You ready to head out, or is there anything else that you want to do before you head out? Okay. We will continue on. So you exit the room that Veseer had prepared for you, and as you do so, you see one of the large and terrifying bone creatures, like the one that abducted Inira previously, standing guard in front of the doorway leading to the foyer that you first entered in. Varis, this creature was not here last night. Upon seeing Zarius, the creature's horrid, beady eyes lock onto him, and they track his movements, and he hears in his mind, because he's not here for me to tell this to, but he hears in his mind very old infernal that says, "The tyrant Veseer has questions for you. Follow me." The rest of you don't hear anything, but I'm sure Zarius would relay that if he was here. The creature turns and enters into the foyer area, hunching its massive body low to fit through the doorway, and holds the door open for you to follow. What would you all like to do?
follow.
Okay. You enter back into the entry room and find it much in the same state as before. Beautiful paintings and works of art hang on the walls. Intricate vases stand on isolated pillars, carved in ornate fashion. The rich lounging furniture rests comfortably along the walls of the room, and the marble staircase descends, its railing ending in a distinctive lion's head. The main difference from the last time that you were here is the absence of the other bone creature and the bloody pile of grotesque and greenish meat, bone and claws that was the closet. Veseer is currently reclining on one of the long couches, gently turning a silver goblet, swirling the deep crimson liquid inside, her leathery wings tucked neatly behind her against the couch. Seeing you enter, she takes another sip of her drink, the liquid staining her lips, and sets the goblet down on a nearby end table. Then rises to her feet, stretching out her arms upwards and wings outwards as she does. "I trust your sleep was restful."
What?
It actually was.
Very good. If I recall, we still had some business to discuss.
Yes.
Yes, there is the practical matter of getting you through the city to Corzin's mansion, And you still owe me some information. Last we talked, you were considering what information you could share. I have thought about this, and since neither of us wants to break our contract with one another or put strain on our newfound friendship, I offer a solution. I have but one question. Are you associated with Tadriel, otherwise known as the Heretic?
I think
We
all
know of him.
Yeah. Well, I think he's kind of an asshole, from what I've heard, right?
Say that again?
He's kind of an asshole, from what I've heard, right?
Yeah, everything I've read says he's ruthless.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just, people don't really care, but he's whatever they call like a planetar. It was in a book somewhere,
Oh,
some
really?
angel kind of thing. Yeah,
know
people
what that
know it,
means.
they just don't care.
I certainly
I don't
wouldn't
know
say
what it
we're
means.
associated.
No.
Hmm.
I would say more against him, I think. Right? I'm going to shut up. I don't know politics.
We had a friend who went to the Haversteep, which is where Tadriel is. His name was
Wayland?
Wayland. Yes, Wayland.
I see. Well, the reason I ask is that your light, and she points to Zarius, the essence of your power has a familiar feel, but last I heard, he was the last of his family roaming free.
His family?
I'm sorry.
I believe that's for your friend to discuss. Still, you should be careful of who you're dealing with. Ironic as it is coming from a devil, I would approach these matters with caution. As for you,
Thank you.
and she points to Varis and says, "When the time comes, remember me. I have a feeling our bond is only just beginning." She winks at you.
I'll wink back.
Well, I suppose you'll be wanting to get started, yes?
Yeah, so I don't think we can really focus on anything else.
Good. Very well. I will escort you to the mansion. Follow me. And Veseer approaches the big metal front door that you entered in previously, and the door creaks open. And Veseer exits out of the front of the large villa that you've been staying in. As she does so, one of the large and gross bone creatures immediately lands next to her from somewhere above outside, and the two appear to communicate for a moment, though not verbally. And Veseer reaches her hand up to scratch the creature's chin. A moment later, it lifts off into the air, its wings buzzing, as it rises about 100 feet overhead and continues to circle around her. Are you all following?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
kind of cute. That's.
As you exit out, the bone creature that had accompanied you inside follows you out, and the door closes behind. This one, too, quickly rushes past you, and the bearded devil who is standing guard outside the door approaches Veseer. This large bone creature she sends out in front of you, leading the group by about 100 feet. Veseer struts up to the edge of the complex and stops to gently caress some of the flowers growing in the elevated planters that form the border. She takes a deep breath and looks to you before saying, "Well, let's make history." And gotta change in atmosphere here, so give me a second. Okay. Veseer walks patiently, coldly through the streets, winding this way and that. A few times you see other creatures turn into the street that you are on, but seeing the bone creatures leading you and Veseer following, quickly turn and take other routes. A few times, some of the tougher-looking humanoids try to muscle their way past the bone creature and are violently tossed aside. One even ends up with a dozen stab wounds as the terrifying creature lays into him with both taloned hands, ripping him to pieces. You walk past one of these humanoid creature has got 4 horns that has been left behind, gasping for breath, choking on his own blood. Veseer walks past and doesn't even bother to look down. Is there anything any of you would like to do?
Continue walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You continue through the streets, winding here and there and taking a different route than you did on your way here, one you're unfamiliar with, but that feels much more direct. Every now and then, the bone devil leading you clears the road, and a few times the one circling overhead descends rapidly and lifts a would-be enemy up and out of sight. Only the dull and wet slap in the near distance to inform you of its fate. You walk for the better part of a half an hour like this. Is there anything that you'd like to do while you're walking?
At some point, I can make my sword disappear now again.
Go ahead and try.
Or
You try to de-summon the sword. Unsummon, I guess, is the right term. And the sword vanishes from your hand.
okay. That's all.
Okay. All right. After about a half an hour of winding through these walled streets, some covered in graffiti written in blood, and others surprisingly bare, some roads littered with people and makeshift houses, and others strewn with shop stalls or dead bodies and dozens of crows, you sense Veseer's posture shift. 2 people can make insight checks.
Yep.
Veseer is... Oh, wait. Wow.
25, nice, Inara. And 20, Kanan. Okay, perfect. Great. All right. Let me get things set up here. 1 second. Veseer's body has tensed. Her normally relaxed wings have started fluttering occasionally, and her reversed hands shift the weight of her staff back and forth, giving the odd flourish here and there. You sense a great deal of anticipation in the air, and you can feel your own bodies preparing in response. She looks toward you all and says, "We are almost there. I hope you are ready for a fight. He is likely downstairs in his workshop, but the place will be crawling with his minions and probably trapped, so be careful."
Thank you.
That our... Is that our plan, or are we just going in guns blazing?
Maybe it might be smart to go in quiet. I don't know how many people he has in there.
I mean, Veseer, is there a way that we could sneak in? Get down to where just he is without anyone else noticing?
Unfortunately, with his paranoia, he has made the only entrance the front door.
Yeah, that sounds in character.
I think that he likely just never anticipated somebody attacking this house. Oh, and I should mention, you may run into my brother. He is hopeless. Don't hesitate to kill him. He won't hesitate to try to kill you.
And what does he look like? How will we know it's your brother?
Well, he'll look like me, but ugly and a man, and...
Enough.
Well, I will hold the front of the house and make sure no one comes in behind you, but you'll be on your own inside.
All right.
Trust me, you don't want me in there with you. He'd have me under his control in a second. Curse of family.
Oh.
Too bad.
Well, you be careful then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna be alright? Sandwiching us?
As long as I stay out of the house, I will be fine.
Watch out with that ring, too.
She pats a little pocket on her side, underneath her arm. Says, "Don't worry, I'll wait until you're finished."
I'll worry a little bit, but that is a reassurance. I'm just a worrier.
It's true.
All right. Is there anything that you all want to do before we move any further? Veseer says, okay, here we go. And the bone creature that has been leading you so far has come to a halt near a wide doorway blocked by 2 black wood doors reinforced with metal brackets. Over the wall, you can see the roof of Corzin's mansion, exactly as it was when you saw it in New Calamon. As you all gather near the doors, Veseer turns to face you all and readies her staff. This is the last moment. Is there anything that you'd like to do before you enter in?
Harriet's going to pin her dragonfly pin back on her shirt.
Okay. All right.
Seeing that, Varis will disguise self 1 on his shirt as well.
Okay. Anyone else? All right.
Kanan's gonna feel her hands and get ready.
Okay. With that, I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
He's gonna go grab a lion.
A lion.
It's freaking Khan with a lion head on. it's Corzin.
Con.
God.
He's grabbing like just a tiger mask and he's just gonna put it on.
Oh
You
my
know,
God. It's like
Would
the
love good.
like Critical Role's Doom episode.
I'm scared. I'm like nervous.
I'm glad I got my shit back. I'm feeling less nervous than
I can't
would
wait for
have
when you figure out what
But-
numbers missing.
One thing at a time, and then I'll be nervous about what the fuck Fetch down here. Oh,
I'm always
no.
nervous about Fetch. He
I-
just gives me the chills.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Fetch is like the one person that Varis feels like uncomfortable around. Like, Varis is good with people, but Fetch, nah.
Okay, and we're back. All right. So, once you give Veseer the signal, she nods and looks to the bone devil next to her, who immediately lets out a kind of intimidating snarl. Not that one. That's too little. And rushes the door, slamming its body against it furiously. With the first strike, the doors begin to crack. With the second, huge pieces have splintered and fallen away. With the third, the bone devil bursts through the doorway in a rage, sending chunks of torn wood flying outward into what appears to be a perception check.
Oh man. A perception.
Is this everyone, or?
Yeah, it's fine. 22
Ew.
or 13 Varis. Okay,
Varis
My
is tense.
character sheets are being slow to load.
that's okay.
Sorry, are we rolling? I just had to get my hair off of
Yes.
Perception.
Yeah, perception check.
my neck. I heard everything but the check. Those
Wow.
bone devils are scary.
All right.
Be perceived.
Cool. As you watch, Veseer rushes in behind the bone devil and leaps into action. The courtyard before you is roughly square and surprisingly has a grass lawn that is neatly manicured, as well as a number of large orange trees acting as barriers to the walkway that leads up to the front of the mansion. The mansion that looks precisely the same as you saw it in New Calamon. The plaster exterior walls showcase a beautiful stained glass, and the short set of stairs leads to the elegant and intricately carved white wood door that stands in stark contrast to the dark wood of the wall surrounding the house. Scattered throughout this courtyard are a half dozen or so humans in robes that appear to be landscaping. Currently, the Bone Devil is midway through ripping one of the humans in half, and Veseer has released 2 searing bolts of fire at the 2 in the pathway between the orange trees, her wings lifting her into the air about 50 feet. The other humans appear startled and unarmed, and you have about an 80-foot gap between you and the front door. What would you all like to do?
Run! Mad dash for the door!
Okay.
All right, is everybody running?
Yeah, not as fast as Kanan, but I'd be running.
Okay. Everyone make either athletics or acrobatics checks just to make sure that you can get through without getting caught by anybody or, dragged down into some bushes or something like that.
Parkour. Wow, an iron.
Great. Okay.
Harriet. Ooh.
She's used to
Fantastic.
navigating like bushes and
does.
greenery.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, I feel at home here. This is great.
Oh, is that a blackberry?
Okay. You make it to the doorway, and Veseer shouts over the din of the conflict and the dying screams of the human servants in the courtyard. Go! I'll hold the front of the house. Kill that bastard. And you see several monstrous humanoids entering in through the same hole in the gate that you entered through. Veseer raises her staff, releasing another scorching beam of fire and roasting the front of one of them to a crisp. And she turns again and says, "Go!" What do you want to do?
Go.
All right. You push the doors open and find them to be unlocked. Quickly entering in, you take in your surroundings and make a perception check. Just 2 people.
I gotcha. Perception.
I have summoned my sword at this point, by the way.
Okay, good to know.
I don't gotcha.
That's all right. 12 and 18 is good enough. It's just looking around a room, so it's not like... So you look around and you see that the foyer is again very similar to the house in New Calamon, although with a few changes. The half-story walkway is present, but there are no stairs leading down to the main level. Gone are the detailed works of art that you saw both in New Calamon and at Veseer's mansion, and instead, you see grisly depictions of devils butchering different humanoids and relishing in their destruction. You see carved statues of what looks like Corzin himself eating the brain of another creature, and the lounging furniture has been replaced by chairs with restraints built in. The door that you expect to see on your right is simply a sturdy-looking wall, and the door to your left is much wider, but still made from wood. What would you like to do?
Do we know which way?
Oh.
Which
only
door
one
looks
door.
more like it? What?
There's only one door.
Oh,
Well, I guess we do know which way.
right. Let's
Should we,
go in.
Should
Okay.
we rush in from here, or should we be careful? I mean, there is.
I
all
can't
that.
imagine that he doesn't know we're here. He's just gonna be sitting there waiting for us, laughing. That's what I'm picturing.
Well,
But being careful might be smart.
I mean, we can be careful, but
And still get there.
okay.
Let's go.
All right. So how are you approaching the door? Like, are you just pushing it open? Are you taking your time to kind of creep in? Are you trying to see through the keyhole?
Sounds like we're kind of just going up to it. Maybe?
Whatever's fine. I don't
Slowly
care.
opening it.
Okay. All right. So you approach and you slowly push the door open. It is unlocked. And you see before you a short hallway with a bookcase at the end. And just immediately next to you, it looks like a table that's used for preparing or organizing food and stuff, like outside of a kitchen somewhere, but there's no kitchen to be seen. It just seems like a table that's used for something or other. But along this hallway, there are 2 rooms on either side, and towards the end, near the bookcase on the right-hand side, there's a narrow stairwell leading upwards. If you want to check all the rooms and everything and see where you want to go, you can make an investigation check. Just 2 people.
That investigation.
All right, 13 and 18, Kanan and Anira. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so you all start to check the rooms, and you find them to be full of stuff. Barrels full of clothing and fabrics, several containers full of water and preserved food, but ultimately really nothing of interest. As you're checking, you and Ira, you notice that many of the books appear to have the same names in the bookcase, written in common, which is strange considering where you are. The books look like they're in a repeating pattern. However, of particular note... Oh, I'm sorry. Kanan, you were the high roller. That's my bad. Kanan, you noticed this. You notice that of particular note, there is a book titled Friends and Enemies in a Postmodern Age, and another book titled Family, The Key to Mending a Broken Heart, both of which only appear once on the bookshelf. What would you like to do?
Can I take both of them?
Sure. So you pull out the Friends and Enemies book, and are you flipping through it at all, or are you just looking at, or just pulling it out of the shelf?
I'll flip through it real quick.
Okay. You get a real quick glance at it, and you see it's a delightfully thorough analysis of the current trends and beliefs concerning building relationships in a necessarily political world. The book explores themes of loyalty and trust and disappointment through a lens of personal responsibility. You find many of the pages dog-eared, but nothing else of note. The other one, as soon as you pull it out, the Family, The Key to Mending a Broken Heart, as soon as you pull it out, you hear a low rumble sound. And you hear a heavy latch thud somewhere out of sight. The bookcase loosens slightly and rotates on its center. spinning its left side towards you and its right side inward to a hidden passageway, made from dark gray stone, descending down in neat and well-worn steps. The stairwell ends in a large and imposing stone doors that split the doorway in two. What would you like to do?
Head down. Just kidding. Be like, guys, I think I found our way down.
Oh, yeah. Stone.
I guess I can lead, and then Kanan's gonna take a step down.
Okay.
Behind Kanan.
Sounds great. You venture down the doorway, or down the passageway, and you end up in front of the two large stone doors at the end of the flight of stairs. What would you like to do?
Okay. Down at the end of the flight of stairs.
Yeah. So there's just doors in front of you. You could try to listen to what's beyond or push in right away.
How many doors?
Just two. It's just like one. It's a set of two doors that are huge and they block the passageway.
Can I get down, like near the crack just before the door hits the ground, and like smell and listen
Yeah.
on both of them and see what's up?
Yeah. Make a perception check. $15. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to. Ooh. I forgot. Hold on. Let me move you all to the map.
Uh-oh.
Once it loads. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Mine hasn't finished loading yet either, so we got a little ways to go. So, Kanan, you get down on all fours and you kind of listen and sniff underneath the doorway, and you hear the sound of crackling fire. But it doesn't sound like it's out of control. It just sounds like a fireplace or maybe some torches or something like that. And you smell, the air smells very, it smells stale. Not like bad or rotted or anything like that, but it just smells old. Like that smell of dust if you walk into your grandma's closet. You know, it just has that kind of musty, sort of stale, not thick or humid at all, but just this kind of stale presence to it. But you don't hear any movement in the room. You don't smell any kind of like putrid or awful scent or anything like that.
Okay. That's under both of the doors?
They go, yeah, it's just like one, think of it as one doorway. It's just two, It's like a set of double doors.
Okay. Okay. Like I hear a little bit of crackling, but other than that, it's just kind of old smelling. Dank, I guess.
So onward, then?
Yeah. Kanan will stand up and gently push against the doors.
Okay. So you push open the doors and enter into the next room, and immediately find yourself with the implacable desire to make a perception check.
Ooh.
And I'll move
Two
you
of
all.
us?
Yeah, just two. Okay, 17 and 20. Great. Once my Roll20 decides to load the rest of the way, I can... Because I may have to refresh. Because it's not loading the map for me.
How rude.
I know. Okay. It's not loading the map for this one either. Alright. Well, we press on. There we go. Okay. Sorry, 1 second here. This other map isn't loading. So sad.
Corzin doesn't want us in his house.
I know. really disappointing.
Get off of my lawn.
You can't reveal my floor plan to these humans.
One step
Just had to
further,
refresh
our
the,
plan,
Another one.
get him convicted for tax fraud.
Okay,
Telling
so
ya.
you see before you a long hall of sorts. 6 huge censers burn with crackling fire, the tongues of flame providing a flickering bright light nearly all throughout the long hallway. The light reflects brilliantly off the arched ceiling, and underfoot you see large tiles made from stone, most with the imperfections of the stone itself left in place, either as an aesthetic or as if they had been worn over time. The other main feature you notice is that the room is littered with the skulls of humans, half-elves, elves, and other various creatures. These and other bones are scattered about the large hall, as well as huge bloodstains and blackened marks indicating the presence of some other material, the nature of which you're unsure. In Ira and Kanan both, you notice that scattered throughout, there are some of these large stones have some of these large stone tiles have deep gouges surrounding them, as if the sealant connecting them to the other tiles was never laid. What would you like to do?
Are there any like little pieces of like stone around
It's not any
on
stone.
the ground, or is it? But skulls.
Yeah, lots of skulls and bones, those kinds of things.
I'm gonna grab a pretty decent sized hip bone
Okay.
and be like, guys, stand back, please. She's gonna motion for everyone to go back to the door.
Okay.
Okay, and then she'll toss this hip bone onto. Was this on the floor or on the ceiling?
It was on the floor.
Onto one of the pieces that looked like it hadn't been sealed.
Okay, so there's one here that you notice.
Okay.
There are
Where?
Yeah, there's one here. It's like 10 feet in front of you.
Okay,
There's
so
another
can
one
I
over
throw from here?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so she'll toss the hip bone over there.
Okay. You toss the hip bone and it lands and clatters off of the tile. No effect. Nothing happens.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess I'm just a little paranoid. But
This is the place to be paranoid, Kanan. That's not something to be apologizing about.
just had to make sure it wasn't anything scary.
I mean, if you want, I can go first. You know.
Yeah, you
All right.
noticed 4 of these tiles so far, if you all want to mark them. There's one where you marked. There's one right here. There's one here. And there's one down here.
Alrighty.
All right.
I suggest we try to stay close to the center of the room.
I mean, why?
Avoid the tiles that look like they haven't been sealed.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah, yeah, sorry. It's just, and she'll point out the 2 closest to her. She'll go down there and point at it and at the one over here and be like, I suggest we avoid any tiles that look like this. Just don't step on them.
Respect that. Thanks for
I
the
can't see
warning.
him. Yeah. My eyes aren't as good as yours, so if you want to lead the way and you can point them out as we go, can just follow close behind.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you progress forward. I assume you're all traveling in a line.
Yeah, since she said to be in, like, walk down the center. I think.
Okay. And who wants to be Zarius?
I can be serious.
Okay. I marked off the spell slot from before, so...
Okay.
And you should be able to control now. Okay, so how far forward are you wanting to go?
About to where she is now.
Okay. And then what would you like to do?
Look for more of the funky looking tiles.
Okay, make a perception check.
While you're doing that, Zarius will cast Death Ward on you, because that sounds like something he would do.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, Death Ward is cast. Alright, so perception check of 27. Nice. Yeah, you notice that there are more of these tiles here in this place. I'll mark them for you all.
Thank you.
Yeller.
Kaden leans down with a highlighter. It's this tile.
Here, and here.
Okay.
You continuing forward.
Yeehaw.
How's it looking, Kanan?
We're gonna have to not stay in the middle anymore. Just make sure you step on the tiles I'm on, okay?
All right.
Following you, dear.
Oh no.
This is like
And
a
then
really
she'll-
weird game of Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll look again.
Alright,
for
make a perception
more
check.
of them.
We're like playing hopscotch in kindergarten or something.
19. Okay. You notice several more of these.
Oh boy.
This is such a long hallway.
Corzin on the security cams, like, what are they?
Alright,
Oh, just
They're
the two?
actually
just the two.
Nice. All right, it's a pretty straight shot from here.
Oh no.
It's just straight from there. You're good.
Harriet's like thinking really hard. She's like looking at her feet. She's like, okay, I'm stepping where Kanan stepped. I mean,
like when little kids are walking in the snow, they step into the
Yeah, that's-
people's footprints.
like,
And Kanan's gonna look one more time at the end of this hallway.
Make a perception check.
Ah!
You don't see any more. But you do
I
see something
figured-
suspicious. You see one that's not directly in front of you, it's 10 feet in front of you, so it's about here. That looks similar to the rest of them, but you're not quite sure if it's one of these that is exactly the same or if it's just filled in with dirt or whatever. You're not quite sure. But you don't notice any of the other ones. None of the other
guys,
tiles look the same, I should say.
Hang back just a minute. And do I see any, like, femurs
No.
or any leg bones near me?
Not really. The closest ones are a little ways off, maybe 20, 30 feet.
Like over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kanan will walk up that way. Bloop, bloop. And grab one.
Sure.
And then walk back down, forward, and
Make a
press
dexterity
on the
saving
stone. Ah! Here we go.
There it is.
Oh.
Nice, you save. Okay, great. Which means you don't take any damage because you're a monk.
Yeah.
But you step and the tile drops about 4 inches below, and you see a bunch of spring-loaded needles pop out and shoot across the way. And you see them kind of tinged, dripping with acid.
Okay. Careful of that square there.
You okay?
I'm gonna just. Yeah, I'm okay.
That
I'm gonna just run through the area real quick.
That's a good idea.
See if I can set these off.
It's getting kind of dark, so don't go like too far because I can only see so much.
It's okay, Harry. I'll hang on to you.
I'll just run in a straight line.
You're just running straight forward.
Yep. Through
Make-
all of those tiles.
Make 2 dexterity saving throws.
Alrighty. Ugh.
Okay, 10 and 20. All right. Okay, so you manage to avoid the second one. The first one you step in, and the tile sinks again, and the needles shoot into your foot. You're not quick enough to pull your foot out. You take only 6 points of acid damage.
Is that half?
No.
Okay, so 3.
Yeah, so 3 points of acid damage. And then you step onto the next one, reeling from the pain of that first little, stab into your ankle, and the tile begins to sink, and you leap off of it once more. But you do manage to make it across to the other side, and the tiles haven't reset. They're all staying sunken down, so
Okay.
you've effectively cleared a path.
Alright. Just go forward. Don't go any other path. I'm gonna get this needle out of my ankle real quick. Kanan will pull the dart out of her ankle.
Okay. You pull the dart out. It's a like a real real neat syringe. Good for injecting acid.
Yeah, I bet.
Person said, get your vaccinations.
Okay.
In your foot.
Oh no.
So, are you all moving to the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go first though, so then if anything else explodes, then I'll be the one getting hit.
Okay. So you carefully make your way through to the opposite side, those of you following Kanan. You narrowly avoid the fate that apparently befell so many that came here before you, apparently from all the bones and stuff that are around. And you reach the large stone doors blocking your path further. What would you all like to do?
I think I'm done pushing open doors for the time being, so if one of you would like to take the honor.
You ready? You got my back, dear?
Always.
Alright. I'll slowly push the door
Harriet,
open.
make a dexterity saving throw.
No!
Harriet!
I'm sorry. She got really excited about it, so
It's okay.
let's see. That go.
That's what they're here for.
21.
Wow.
Harriet, you step in and the tile
Okay,
starts to
Queen.
sink beneath you, and you quickly pull your foot out, but not before one of the needles stabs into you, dealing 2
Yeah.
points of acid damage.
She's gonna do the thing where she totally pretends that didn't just happen. She looks at Zarius. Is like,
Nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you just pushing in?
Yeah, slowly, but yeah.
Okay. As the doors grind their way open, let me pull the lighting off of here so you can see.
What power word kill trap activate?
Just ignore that the door is there and walk over it. So don't go too far. But so as the doors grind their way open, you see 2 humanish figures standing in front of you in the center of a roundish room at the bottom of the short set of stairs. The figures both appear to be in chains that wrap around their arms, legs, necks, even up part of their faces. The chains are all linked to hooks built into the walls. You can enter into the room if you want.
Oh.
Once you've progressed as far as you'd like, let me know. I see you, Naira. You went up there. You got to stay up there. All right, so the two figures, eyes wide, look to one another, and you hear a clinking, rattling noise as the chains holding them in place slowly break loose and begin to rise on their own. Everyone roll initiative.
Yes. Okay, so this is me, and that's not an advantage.
Oh, okay, Naira. You really was going up there.
Yours is not ready to go.
It's actually like in order of how we're up in line, kind of. It's wild.
All right, let me make sure everything is good to go here. It's really dark in here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harriet. Okay, looks like we've got Naira up first.
Like, what enemies? I don't see nothing, y'all.
Okay, Naira, what would you like to do?
How tall is the room?
The room's about 20 feet tall. It's not super huge. It's like a rounded ceiling.
Could I call lightning? At third
I'm
level?
not sure. Let me see what the spell text says.
A point in the air where a storm cloud could appear within range directly above you. It's a 10-foot tall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that a cloud could form in a room this small.
Okay, then never mind.
Okay.
Usually I take the time because I'm never first in initiative, so I usually take this time to
We've made clouds in science class.
Yeah? Do you see any...
Yeah, of course they're not massive, so.
And they can't conjure lightning. Well, I can at least... I don't want to do that yet. Fuck. I'm saving all... I want to save all my spells. So I guess for I'll move in, see the figures, and step back a little bit.
Okay.
And like up against the wall here. And get my quarterstaff and shillelagh.
Okay.
And just be chillin'.
Sounds great. All right. Next up are these two beings. You hear the chains rattle, and the creatures lunge forward, almost in unison, both of them rushing forward. And the chains that were holding them have broken off and begun to slither across the ground like snakes. You see these long lengths of chain dangling from their wrists and the rest of their bodies, and the both of them begin to swing these chains at you all. The first one's going to attack you, Kanan.
Alrighty.
Okay. So the first is a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you take 7 points of slashing damage as the blades that have sprouted from these lengths of chain slice into you, and you are considered grappled. Actually, it needs to be
Alrighty.
there. So that's the first attack. The next attack is a 16.
Nope.
Okay. And the next one is going to go for Varis here. So that's an 18 to hit.
Just barely misses.
Okay. And then a 19.
19. I will reaction defensive duelist, adding 4 to my AC, so
Okay.
it also misses.
Great, yeah. As the chains come flying around, about to clash into you, you see the fate that happened to Kanan, and you bring your rapier to bear and block the chains as they come to strike you. You see the two creatures are very perturbed by this. And you see one of them looks at you, Varis, and its figure transforms and shimmers, changing itself into the form of Drusilia. the spitting image, you feel this sort of fear begin to enter you and to take over your mind. Make a wisdom saving throw.
This is Varis, yes.
16. Okay. The figure's form looks like Drusilia, but after a moment you focus and put the pressure of your mind to it, and the visage fades away, leaving the chained creature in front of you. All right, that's it for their turn. Varis, you're up next.
All right, I will look at this guy and I will say, "Get out of my head, dickhead," and I will cast Hex on him.
Okay.
Giving him disadvantage on. We'll do strength checks since
Okay.
I can see that Kanan is grappled. And I am concentrating, and that's one of my spell slots. And then I will rush forward. I'll run around to the other side of this guy. And then I'll make my 2 attacks with the Heart Striker.
Sounds great. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. Yeah, 26s will hit for sure. Yeah, that's more than enough. Let me switch on to. Sorry, I forgot we had so many screens
Both
of
of them.
Varis' thing. Okay. Sorry, I was on an iris still. My bad. Okay, so yeah, both 26s hit. So that's a total of 15 plus 12, so 27. Okay, so you strike in with both of those, and you deal a good amount of damage on him. What did I say? 27.
27.
Okay, nice job.
And that's it.
Okay. Next up is Kanan.
Yeehaw! All right. So Kanan is grappled, so this chain is wrapped around her.
Yeah, so it just restricts your movement at this point. You can't move forward or back unless you succeed on an athletics check.
Okay. Am I able to grab like my dagger?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's still holding the chain.
They're sort of like attached to him. Yeah.
Okay. So Kanan's gonna reach into her waistband, pull up her dagger, I guess as much as she can, depending on how this chain is wrapped around her. And she's gonna try to pull him into her and stab him.
Oh.
With
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Ooh.
19, okay. He's also going to make one. All right, he rolled a 15. So you pull with all your might, and you manage to yank this devil in close to you and make your attack roll with the dagger. 22 will hit. Yeah, nice.
Okay, so while it's in there, I'm gonna try to like spin it for my second attack.
Okay, well, I'd say you've only got the one attack because you had to pull him in.
I'm grappled, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But of
Then
note, as you stab the dagger, and you notice that the poison doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay. So I'm gonna spend a key point to try to do stunning strike on that one.
Okay. Go. Oh, so
His to beat a 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, roll a 13. He is stunned.
Righty.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn? You still got your bonus action.
If I can shimmy out of these chains.
And
I
take
keep
your full
forgetting what they're
action.
called. Okay.
Take your action to break the grapple.
Then no, that's it.
All right. Next up is Harriet.
Let's see. She's gonna take a step forward and let's see. Pull out her heavy crossbow and take a shot at this one by Varis.
All right. Sounds great. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Ooh.
Ew.
You let the bolt fly, and it flies over the devil's shoulder and slams straight into Varis. Varis, you only take 6 points of piercing damage because it was just a grazing shot next to the nat 1. But, yeah, Harriet has just shot you.
Oh,
Um,
darling.
sorry.
Oh, I need to make a con save. Hold on. Gotta go back to my character sheet. Break my hex. Do it. This is me. This is me. Okay, no, I'm fine. That would have been funny, though.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, breaking up of Harriet shooting you. All right. Harriet, anything else you'd like to do?
Just put the crossbow back on her back.
Okay. All right, sounds great. Next up is Zarius, who is not here, so I'm going to go to Varis' screen again.
Ooh, okay. Zarius has a lot of spells, but he is going to... he can see that Kanan's kind of taking care of this one, so he's just going to take a step to his left and cast Guiding Bolt at this one at 2nd level.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll. And retroactively, this happens when Harriet shoots. Makes a cool noise. Sorry.
2nd level.
Sirius pulls back and lets fly a Guiding Bolt. 18
Ooh.
just hits. Nicely done.
Damage.
Damage, nice. You see the radiant impacts and burst of white light spreads across the creature's chest, and it snarls and looks down, glowering at you. That's it. Would Zarius have anything else he wants to do?
Oh, okay. It's only when he takes the attack action. He'll take a step back. That's
Okay.
it.
Sounds great. Next up is Enira. Move to Enira's screen. Here we go. All right, what would you like to do?
Can I, because I'm right behind Kanan, can I just reach up, tap her back like, you got this, and hit her with guidance?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, Kanan, you get to add a D4. Make sure you mark that you're concentrating, Enira. You get to add a D4 to your next ability check. Or the next ability check of your choice, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Enira?
Then her bonus action, she's just gonna stay huddled on the wall with her quarterstaff.
All right, sounds great.
And that's her turn.
Okay. Next up is the Chain Devils. Now remember to switch to my screen. Okay. So the Chain Devil that is stunned is just gonna be stunned until the end of its turn. So I'll give it its con save, and there we go. It's saved. 24. But that's the end of its turn. The next one here is going to turn to face you again, Varis, and you see two of the chains behind you animate, lift up into the air. And they sprout these razor-sharp edges, they one of the chains from behind you slams into your back, or tries to, making an attack roll. That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, you take 12 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled. The second one, as the chain devil, you can see its eyes squinting as if it's grinning at you. The second chain swings at you to wrap around you once more, restraining you. If it succeeds, as a 20 to hit.
I'll defensive duelist that one.
Okay.
So it misses.
Okay. As it slams into it, it's just deflected by your rapier that quickly is brought up. Okay. And that's it for its turn. Can't really do much else. There's just the two of them there, so that's it. Next up is old Varis. All right, what'd you like to do?
X is still up. Okay.
Okay, great.
I don't need to move. So
Oh, you're grappled, so you can't move.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna do 2 attacks at it.
Okay.
trying to go for its arms, I guess, for flavor.
Sure. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Hello.
Nat 20 and a
Hello.
15. Okay.
Holy
The Nat 20
shit.
hits for sure.
That
So
makes
that's a
up
lot
for
of
the
damage.
15.
Yeah. 17
That's-
plus.
31?
Well, the second one doesn't hit.
No, for the first one.
17
For the
plus.
crit.
Why can't I do the math?
17
14?
plus 14.
It is 31. Yeah, you're right. Dang. Yeah, 31 points of damage. You stab and you manage to pierce through the links of the chain on the first one, piercing into its upper arm, and you pull the blade back and you try to stab in again, but your rapier is deflected by the chains that are wrapping around it. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope.
All right.
All good.
Okay, next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Yes. This guy needs some damage, but at the same time, I'm grappled.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take an action to get ungrappled.
It's an action to break the grapple. The other thing I should have said that I forgot is at the start of your turn, since you are still grappled, you take an additional 8 points of piercing damage as the chains tighten and squeeze around you, the razor-sharp edges sort of piercing into you.
Okay.
But grapples don't affect your ability to attack. You can still attack like normal. You just can't move.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try to break out of the grapple. I mean, he's stunned, so he can't really contest it.
He's not stunned anymore. He was stunned till the end of... Oh, it's the end of your next turn. That's
Of my
right.
turn.
That's right. Okay, my bad. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me make sure, because I think that...
Stunning strike. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
No, I mean that he just automatically fails. I think he auto-fails. But stunned is a really complicated condition, so we'll say that. I'm not going to look it up. We'll say that. Because Roll20 has taken 100,000 years to do anything. So yeah, you freely break out, no problem. Go ahead and roll the roll anyway in case you get a nat 1.
Okay. Strength?
Just
Saving throw
athletics.
or athletics?
10. Yeah, he
Well,
auto-fails.
it wasn't a nat 1.
Yeah, he auto-fails, so you are no longer grappled.
Okay.
What would you like to do? That's your action. You still have your bonus action.
Okay. I can't flurry of blows, so I'm going to spend a key point to patient defense.
All right, sounds great. You take on a defensive posture. You get yourself ready to brace against the next round of attacks that might be coming your way. Anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's all I can do. So yeah, that's it.
All right, next up is Harriet.
Well, she's gonna feel bad, and then let's see. She's already put her crossbow away, so she's gonna instead hold up her quarterstaff and try to hit this one by Varis again. Let's see, with let's try a little ray of frost.
Okay.
And
21 hits for sure. Yeah, 9 damage. Nice. You notice as the frost impacts on the back of this creature, it doesn't seem to have quite the effect that you were hoping for. It does take damage, but just maybe not quite as much as you'd like. But it was a solid
It
hit.
doesn't hit Varis, so she's okay with it.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Next up is Zarius, which really means Varis.
Zarius, which really means Varis, is going to he's just gonna take he's gonna go forward. He's fine. And he'll do 2 attacks with the Widow's Might using his bonus action and his War Priest shit.
Sounds great.
And if any of these are super low, I'll probably add 10 to them. No, it's a nat 1.
Okay.
And then the second one, He'll attend to that. I want
Okay.
him to do something this turn.
The first one, he goes to stab, and his stab goes through underneath the creature's arm, and it almost gets you again, Varis, but you're just out of reach for him. The second one, yeah, when he's going to stab again, and you see this divine light guide his hand over to the left, and he just stabs straight into this creature, dealing
9 plus
9 damage,
5?
yeah. So that's enough to put this creature down. The 5 poison has no effect, but that's enough to put him down.
Nice. So then Zarius will go back to where he was.
Okay, sounds good. Next up is Enira. What would you like to do?
Can I, with my quarterstaff, sidestep around Kanan and boop the snoot with
Yeah.
my quarterstaff? And if it hits, I'm going to use Booming Blade, but I'm not going to click the button if it doesn't hit.
25 hits for sure, yeah.
So I'm going to do Booming Blade,
Okay.
which might not need to happen, but it's a cantrip, so why not use it?
Yeah, might as well.
Then I need to do this. 4 Is that plus? Yeah. 4
Okay.
bludgeoning damage. Plus, if they willingly move. Wait, it's Shillelagh does. I think Shillelagh just. Sorry. Does Shillelagh do something with? No. Okay.
It just makes your weapon attacks magical.
Yeah.
You also get to
And so
roll
if-
damage for the actual attack, right? Or is that part of... Did you already do that?
That's 4 bludgeoning.
Okay, great. And then if he moves out of that spot, he takes an extra 2d8?
Yes.
Okay. Sheathed
Oh,
in booming energy.
On a hit, an extra 1d8
Okay.
at 5th level. So just
Yes, just roll an extra d8. All
And
right.
5.
5 damage. Hey, it's damage is damage. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
And I'm gonna move back.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Renira is not feeling good.
All right, next up is the Chain Devils. This last one. So right off the bat, it's going to just lay into Kanan there with 2 strikes. Fortunately, it has disadvantage, so that's a 20 at disadvantage. I'm guessing that hits Kanan. And
I'm
Here
just
you-
talking and I'm muted.
okay.
I
20
said
hits.
yes.
Okay. 20
Yeah.
hits, and then an 11 does not hit. So for the first one, it's the chains wrap around you again and start to cinch down on you. You take another 10 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled once more.
Oh.
Varis, the 2 chains that had attacked you from the real university, sorry, all my 2 Chains fans,
All of them.
are,
Every
are still animated. They're
no.
both going to make attacks against you, Varis. The first one is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
It's 13 points of slashing damage, and you are grappled.
I'm gonna parry that one, so
Okay.
I'll take less damage.
And make a Constitution saving throw.
30. X is still good.
Okay, and the next one is a 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Okay, great. All right, so yeah, the 2 chains are still floating there, kind of menacingly. But that's the end of their turn. Next up is Varis.
Okay. So, whichever one is grappling me, I
Yeah.
guess I'll move the hex over to it. I'll say, "Let me go, dickhead," and however that works, if I can do that. And I guess I'll swing at the
Okay.
chain.
We'll say the
Okay.
chain works. Yeah, the ones that's wrapping around you be easy enough to just kind of hack at. It's just kind of drifting
Yeah.
off to the side. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's the thing. So we'll do at least one. Ooh.
And it does not hit, for sure. Doesn't
Yeah.
hit.
Ooh.
Both of them don't hit.
What are you doing?
You're really having a hard time with these things. They're kind of yanking and pulling at you from different directions, and you're having a hard time swinging down at it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I can't move. That's it. I can't do
Okay.
anything.
Next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm grappled again.
Oh, you also take
I'd be wondering.
hold on, let me see. The beginning of your turn. Yeah, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
You're good. Kanan's just gonna attack. So you said it has no effect on my attacks?
Nope, you can still attack just like normal.
Okay, so Kanan's gonna go up and stab him twice.
Sounds good. Make your attack rolls. 13 unfortunately does not hit.
Why?
17 does hit.
Why?
Deal 11 points of piercing damage. Solid strike with the second one. You go in for the first one, and the chains protect it. Your dagger just kind of glinting off at the side. For the second one, you manage to strike true, plunging the dagger into him for a solid 11 points. The poison again has no effect.
Okay, and then I'm gonna spend a key point to Flurry of Blows.
Okay, go ahead and make your 2 attack rolls. 16 hits. And 26 hits for sure.
Yay!
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope.
All right. So next up is Harriet. You see Kanan and
That's
Varis
me.
both grappled by these animated chains, or the one Kanan is grappled by the actual chain devil, but both kind of getting into a harsh fight. You see multiple wounds on him.
So is it something that like can fire at the chains? Does it look like that's possible? That she would think without hurting them, or?
Yeah, you could do that. They both have, like, the ones attacking Varis both have long lengths that kind of drape down and away from him, so you could attack that part.
Okay, well, she's still feeling bad about hitting Varis, so she's gonna go for the ones going for Varis.
Okay.
And are there 2 chains?
There are 2 chains, yeah, from the real
2
university.
chains? I can't believe I walked right into saying that. Man, okay. Then address the 2 chains. She's going to have the quarter staff out and use a sorcery point to twin. Let's see, firebolt and see if that'll hit them.
Okay.
Uh,
26 hits, yeah, and 5 damage. Nice. So the two scorching, or the 2 firebolts slam into either parts of the chain. Are you going for both 2 different chains, right?
Yeah, 1 hit at each.
Okay. Yeah, and as they hit in, you see the chains just heat up a bright red, and then they fall limp, falling off of Varis.
Okay.
So both of them
and they
are
burn Varis to a crisp.
both of them are defeated.
I am dead.
Varis, you are no longer grappled. Anything else you'd like to do, Harriet?
She'll just kind of like look up from pointing her quarterstaff down at them and be like, "Ugh, Varis, oh my goodness."
This is what we do, dear.
You know, I'm not trying to make hitting you what I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all.
All right. So next up is Zarius. But we'll go to Varis.
Darius is gonna walk up behind Harriet and have a Varis moment because I'm controlling him. He's gonna tap Harriet on one shoulder, and then he's gonna shoot a level 1 guiding bolt over her other shoulder at the chain devil.
Okay. Sounds great. Make your attack roll.
Hello.
At 20. Nice. Yeah. So 24 points of radiant damage. My mistake. Wow. Yeah. This guiding bolt just leaps off of your shoulder, Harriet, and slams into the side of this chain devil. The radiant light glowing brightly into the room for a moment. Also making it much easier for the next person to hit.
And that he'll probably say something that Zarius would say,
Okay.
and then it's and then he's done.
All right. Sounds great. So next up is Anira. What would you like to do?
Yes. I'm gonna... Once again, I'm asking for your support in hitting this bone devil. I'm gonna boop it on the snoot with my quarter snoot.
You have advantage.
You do have advantage.
With advantage.
Nat 20, nice.
Oh, buddy!
Definitely can use
And
that.
Oh, buddy!
it'll deal a whole
16.
Wow.
Nice,
That's what
16
I'm talking
damage.
about!
That's what I'm talking about. Woo!
As you crack the quarterstaff into the side of this creature, you see part of its head split, and you can see weeping white bone underneath, but it's still standing. Anything else you'd like to do?
Once again, I am asking for Kanan's support in going back.
All right, sounds great. Next up is the Chain Devil. Okay, so this Chain Devil, still alive, is going to just look around, eyes wide with terror, and swing twice at Kanan.
Yay.
First one's a nat 1. You see it reaches back and tries to swing one of the chains, but it's caught and tangled up in one of the other lengths of chain on the ground and is unable to pull that attack. The second one's a 19 to hit.
Yes.
All right, with the 19, the chain comes whipping around and wraps around your neck, the serrated edges sinking into you, dealing 13 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Okay.
And that is it for this guy's turn. Next up is Varis.
Varis is gonna make eye contact with Harriet and say, "It's okay, darling. I think we're done here." He's gonna take a few steps forward, snap his fingers at the remaining Chain Devil, call it a dickhead, and then launch 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack rolls.
And hopefully it'll be cool and he kills it, but no, he doesn't.
You release the 2 Eldritch Blasts, the purple daggers forming in your hands as you throw them. The first one goes wide and blasts across the wall, leaving a small mark. The second one goes over the Chain Devil's shoulder, and he ducks out of the way, and the blast actually hits into Kanan, dealing 6 points of force damage.
Fuck. Sorry. Oh, shit. I did not mean to do that.
Kanan's just gonna glare daggers at you.
I'm gonna stick to the sword next time. I'm really
There's
sorry.
something going on here, Varis. I don't know. I think it's the room.
And I'll take another step forward, just
Okay.
kind of retreating into the dark.
All right. Next up is Kanan. Kanan, at the beginning of your turn, you take 6 points of slashing damage. Piercing
All right.
damage, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to kill this thing.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, 23 hits and 11 damage is just enough. How do you want to kill it?
Oh, okay. Kanan's gonna just be really close and stab it in the gut and kind of like try to spin like to the side, kind of
Okay.
getting like pulling its guts out along with the
Nice.
knife.
Yeah, okay, so Kanan, you drive the dagger into its bowels and step to the side, spinning away, and you carry along with you on the serrated edge of the dagger the guts and innards of this creature as it falls down, disemboweled on the ground, utterly dead. Congratulations, you all have made it past the first enemies in the dungeon.
Am I still grappled?
You are not. The chains fall away.
Okay.
That's something.
Both Varis and Zarius are gonna run up to Kanan. Varis is apologizing. Zarius is casting a spell. He'll do.
Kanan's just gonna look at Varis and be like, "So you got it back just to hit me?"
I wasn't trying to.
Uh-huh. You guys would better work with your aim there.
It's been gone a while. I need my practice again.
Varis, it's been gone for a day.
It feels like a while. We're in hell. And Zarius is gonna do a second level cure wounds on you while this is happening.
Kanan's just gonna pat Varis' shoulder and be like, I'm not taking any offense.
I'm sorry.
You're alright.
Okay. So, what would you all like to do? There's in the room around you. There's just a bunch of lengths of chain on the ground. There's nothing really in particular of note here, and the bodies of the two creatures that you have slain have sort of dissolved away into ash. You see a large door on this side of the room, but other than that, there are no other features inside this room.
Which side of the room?
On the map, it's the left side.
Can Anira take a quick poke through the ashes? Like, not like, but just like seeing if there's anything useful, or is it just ash?
It's just ash. Yeah, you pilfer through looking for anything, and there's lengths of chain, but there's all of it is just seems like just ash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can she get a small little vial of the ash?
Sure.
Just
Yeah, that's
for
no
fun?
problem. Yeah, you got a vial of chain
Keep
devil
going.
ash. So, you have this door here. I don't know if that actually showed up for anyone. Might be on the wrong layer. There we go.
See
That's
it?
what the door is. Okay, just making sure. So,
Real quick,
Yeah.
Varis will use his Pearl of Power to get his spell slot back.
okay, sounds phenomenal. You have your spell slot back. Aw.
One of my whole 2 spell slots.
Hey, that's 50% of your spell slots back.
That's right.
It's all about perspective.
Warlock life, baby.
Yup.
All right. So, what would you all like to do?
Well,
I guess we move forward.
I'm not really
Kanan's gonna
keen
try to
on
open the door.
chilling in this room, so yeah, go on.
Forward we go. Sure.
All right. So, if you enter in, let me remove. You just pushing the door open.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You open it, no problem. It enters into this sort of winding stairwell descending downwards. You can feel free to enter in there. You get just a slight draft coming upwards from the other end of the hallway, wherever it is.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be as stealthy as possible.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Varis' areas will follow suit.
Ah!
Everyone who's being
Maybe
stealthy,
two
make a stealth check.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration because I wrote that down to use it.
And you also, do you still have
You do have guidance still. Well, it's a minute, yeah.
guidance?
Oh,
Sorry, I completely forgot about that. I have it written down as well, right next to Death Ward. Stealth. Submit. There's my real one.
Okay, 16. You can also roll a d4 if you'd like and add it. 19, okay. So total, that's a success. And I were kind of clomping down from the back, but Harriet following suit, kind of just trying to damper the noise at all. So you all can move through this hallway as fast as you'd like. But you believe yourselves to be moving pretty stealthily. You're moving pretty quiet, especially for your group.
we really are. This is pretty rare for us.
And you come upon another doorway, very similar to the one that you entered in before. You get the feeling that all of these doorways are fairly the same, pretty much the same. But this door doesn't appear to be locked in any way. It just has like a push handle on it, just like the rest of them that you've seen so far. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna listen in real quick.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. 15. Okay, great. You listen and you hear. You catch a scent of like stale blood,
Ooh.
with a hint of corruption to it, like a wound that has been infected, that kind of thing. You don't really hear anything other than the crackling of maybe a sconce or a torch or something like that. You don't really hear anything else.
I'm gonna turn to the group and be like, I don't really hear anything, but it smells like death in there. I suggest we be careful opening the door.
careful as in we step back, or you mean careful heading forward?
Oh, I don't know how. I mean, I'm not the best person to be frontlining us right now, but I can
You did a
just
great
open
job.
it. Thanks. And she's gonna push the door open,
Okay.
peeking through, kind of hiding behind it as she does.
Okay. So you push open the door, and that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh,
This is about halfway through, so we'll take a 10-minute break. So back at 7:38.
Good.
Thank you,
Harriet
Ken.
can't have tea,
righty.
but I
thank you.
can.
Boom, we're back. Back in the game.
The boys are back in town.
Okay, so you were opening the door, Kanan, at the end of this sort of narrow hallway. Let me move the door from you. Bloop. Entering in, you see an oval chamber centered around an oval-shaped pool of red liquid that smells like stale blood. That's where that hint of corruption and rot was coming from. How would you all like to proceed? I know we just rolled stealth checks, so if you'd like to go stealthily, we can just use those rolls.
Yes.
Thinking we're keeping that up.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stick close to the walls.
All right. Sounds great. What about the rest of you?
Following Kanan's lead.
Okay. Venture on. Venture on in. Brave adventurers.
That's us.
You also notice in this room, directly opposite you, it looks like there was a doorway there at one point, but it has been completely sealed. Utterly, unopenable. There's no gaps in the wall. It looks like it was a door that had just been built into a wall.
Okay.
And then on the northern portion of the room, the top portion of the room on the map, you see another doorway.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Harriet, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear.
Oh, Harriet again.
Sorry. I can actually click buttons.
19. Okay, great. A massive, rotting body erupts up out of the blood pool and slams its giant morning star down onto the ground right in front of you. This spreading just wet, sinewy blood all over the place. You see this body is half formed. It looks like it's either being repaired or being broken down in this pool of blood. But it slams down in front of you. Add a turn for this bad boy. And then we're going to go back in an initiative order. We'll just start with this thing since it's got the, the jump. And it's right before Harriet.
Out.
You see also behind it one of these creatures, another creature that looks somewhat familiar to you all, emerges out of the other side as well. It looks like... Actually, make an intelligence... For those of you who were in Alshon's tomb, make an intelligence check.
His tomb, not his box.
Not the box.
Corzin
Ooh.
and Varis and
Nope.
wow.
Okay, you all do not recognize it, in fact. You're not quite sure what it is. It looks the same... It's like almost like a woman's body, but in the same kind of half-dissolved or rotting state. But with that, we'll move into combat. This creature is going to slam down once more at you, Harriet, with its Morning Star, make 2 attacks. The first one is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's 11 bludgeoning damage as it slams down towards you. The crushing weight and strength of this creature just battering you to the side, almost knocking you prone. The second attack is only a 9. It swings back over your head, but you have the wherewithal to duck, just managing to dodge out of the way. Next up is Harriet.
Oh dear. All right. Fine. Um, um, she's gonna, look at this thing and, just out of sheer panic is gonna fire her gun at it.
Okay, great. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Holy.
Are you trying to hit anywhere in particular, or are you just firing?
That roll. This was just, this thing just emerged. She's already nervous.
Okay.
She's just going for it.
All right. Yeah, you withdraw the pistol and fire right away, and you manage to land a solid shot straight through the center of this monstrosity's chest, dealing a solid 15 points of damage. Nicely done. And it reels from the strike. I mean, it tumbles backwards, almost falling back into the pool. It looks like you hurt it pretty badly. Anything else you'd like to do, Harriet?
She's gonna run this way.
Okay.
Guys!
The rest of you, as long as you're within 30 feet, which I believe everybody is,
Sorry, guys.
make Constitution saving throws.
Worst?
Deef. Deef.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Deef.
uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Very deef.
Oh, no.
Okay, the whole team is deaf.
Woo!
All right.
Anyways.
Well,
Okay, anything else you'd like to do,
that's
Harriet?
something that happened. Well, she doesn't really know y'all are all deaf yet. So, she's just gonna be like, guys!
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Well, next up is Zarius, but we'll go to Varis. So yeah, you've heard this just this wet sort of meaty slapping noise, along with a loud clang as the Morning Star battered into the ground and then into your friend Harriet, and then you heard a deafening crack break out across the room and echo throughout the chamber. But that's it. So Zarius, what would you like to do?
I think it's ironic that we're all deaf because my sound tail just broke. But let's see. Zarius is going to... He's going to take a few steps past Varis, kind of over on the other side of Kanan, and just launch a first level guiding bolt at the really big thing.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Guiding bolt. Ooh.
12 hits, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a big old thing.
I'll take it.
And you see the guiding bolt enters in almost the same spot that Harriet shot, and you see the radiant energy just burns away and kind of sears into this creature. It deals quite a bit of damage.
Okay.
Quite a bit more than you anticipated. Is
Good
there
to
anything else you'd
know.
like to do?
That'll be it.
Okay. Next up is Enira. You're deaf, but
Yep.
what would you like to do?
How tall is this room?
This
It's
room's
not
a little
for
bit taller.
lightning.
It's about 30 feet.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
If a spell was a 40-foot high cylinder, would it just
What spell are you trying to do?
moonbeam?
Oh, Moonbeam you could do, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do moonbeam,
Great.
second level. Like,
Okay.
I know he's kind of in the middle of 20 feet, but like,
Yeah, no,
where
you're fine.
his head is.
Okay, give me a sec to pull up a cool image for that moonbeam so we can actually track it around the map.
And you're gonna see is screaming. And that's radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful.
Okay.
On each I can use an action to move the beam 60. Oh, cool! I can use the action to move the beam.
Is it a 6 or is it a 10-foot radius?
5-foot radius, 40 feet high.
Okay. Oh, 5-foot radius is actually that. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
So let me give you control. Here we go. And you're casting it directly
Yeah.
on him?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm going to move it to the side so I can select him. 16 con save. His only good attribute. But he rolled an 11, so he takes a whole bunch of damage. Nice, 18 points of
Yay.
damage. All right, and you are concentrating on that moonbeam.
That's Corzin, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was Kanan's stomach.
All right.
And that's
That's it? Okay. Next up is Varis.
Varis can't hear, so he's gonna call this guy a dickhead, even though he can't hear himself calling it a dickhead.
All right.
Because Hex is still up. And he's just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take. We'll just do 2 swangs. 2 swangs with the hot striker. Actually, I'll do. If either one of these hit, I will do a distracting strike.
All right.
With thingy. Only one of them though. That hits. So,
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Which is so the next person who attacks it has advantage if it's made before the start of my next turn.
They definitely do, except that as you stab into it, the creature just kind of sloughs into this gross pile of meat and bone, and half of it spills back into the pool, and the other half spills out onto the floor in front of you.
I'll take it.
It's gross and dead.
And then, have I even noticed this other thing?
Yeah, you all
here?
have noticed this other creature crawl out, but it just
Okay.
is standing there kind of like panicked, not really sure what it's doing. It has very much like dead, thoughtless eyes.
Gotcha. Then I will just take the rest of my movement to go there.
Okay, great.
And use my bonus action. That's it.
Okay. Next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Kanan is going to run up to this gal,
Okay.
I think, to this person,
Yeah.
and stab it twice with the dagger.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your attack rolls. 16, nice. And a 20, both hit. Nice. You stab into it twice, and you now that you're close up on it, recognize this is the same kind of creature that you fought inside of Elshan's tomb. One of the ones that looked like his daughters. However, these ones have these dead, thoughtless eyes. They seem dull and rotting and unfocused. They lack that like vivacity that the ones inside of Elshan's tomb have. But a total of that's enough. As you stab into it twice with the dagger, the body just sort of falls apart, as if it wasn't fully put together yet. It was in the process of being constructed. You managed to slay it. Nice job.
Ugh. Alrighty. Well, looks like this room's done. And Kanan's gonna grab a potion of greater healing from her pouch and drink it real quick.
Okay, sounds great.
That's 2d4.
The greater healing is 4d4 plus 4.
Woo!
Yes.
Nice.
It's nice.
15 points of
Four.
healing.
I believe it's
Alright.
plus 4. So you
Nine-
get
Plus 4,
19.
19.
19 points. Oh.
Yeah.
That's
a big heal.
Heck yeah.
that's the kind of energy we need going into this.
Yeah.
Moonlight probably drops.
I think Moonbeam has like a 1 minute concentration? Or is it 10 minutes?
I think it's 1. Let me pull it up again. 5, up to 1 minute, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you've got a little bit of time left on it if you want to carry it with you, but...
Probably. Yeah, I'll keep it for just a little bit, but I don't
Okay.
know how much. That was 6 seconds, so you've got 54 more seconds to start fighting someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do it.
So,
All right. Well, that seemed to work for us. I guess keep to that.
Are y'all all still deaf?
Yeah, I'm gonna be deaf basically
All right.
until
We
that
are
moonbeam.
deaf, aren't we?
Yeah, basically till the moonbeam expires.
Hurry, it's just not even like she just not even looking at you guys. Like,
Why aren't you saying anything?
oh.
I can see your lips moving, but Can you speak up?
Ray's just gonna put her gun back in the holster and just.
All right. We'll say about a minute goes by. The moonbeam drops. And I'll just put it out here. I'll get rid of it. But moonbeam drops, but your hearing does come back.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I panicked. It showed up. Oh my goodness.
That's all right. I would just keep in mind space, cause ouch. Oh.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
was
still
wrong.
ringing? So
No,
don't be too loud,
glad.
because otherwise my head might explode.
Well,
Ow.
we were stealthing, but then I did that.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it worked really well.
I mean, look at it. It's a pile of goo.
Oh, but maybe we should go. I don't know when another thing is gonna come out of there, and I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, would someone else like to lead us through this next door?
I can do it. Sure.
All right.
And this is the one that's like sealed, right?
Yeah.
Can Varis try and put his ear up to it?
Sure.
Or did you say that there were like no cracks?
There's not even any cracks. It looks like it at one point may have been a door, but the door has been kind of rendered into like a wall piece for like artistic sake. So.
Okay. Well, he'll put his ear up to it and try to listen anyway.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Gonna switch over to Varis.
Your elf ears here.
Do my elf ears here.
Your elf ears hear nothing. Just like listening to stone.
The Rolling Stones?
Well, never mind. Not this way. Leapfrog. Right. And I'll do the same thing to this door. Take a listen.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check. 22. Nice. You listen at the doorway, and in this one you hear. It sounds like the quiet sound of some kind of prayer or chanting. You count at least a half dozen voices.
Okay. I'll just kind of look at everyone and quietly say, lots of people in the next room. Let's try not to antagonize them. It sounds like they're busy. We might be able to slip past them. Okay?
All right.
And I'll slowly push the door open.
All right.
I'll roll a stealth check if you want me to. That is the intent.
Yeah. If you want to be sneaky, yeah. 24. Nice. So Varis, I'll move you onto the other side.
Sure.
As you enter in, you crack the door open just a little bit, and you manage to slip past. And the door closes shut silently behind you. You see in this area in front of you a bunch of stone coffins. They're organized about the room, and nearly all of them are attended by a humanoid figure in strange robes and an odd horn-like headpiece. They all appear to be tending to the stone coffins, like they're checking them, they're going around the borders, and they're chanting these prayers over top of them. Some of them reading from like a manuscript or a scroll of some kind. But that's what you see. They don't appear to have noticed you yet.
Okay. And are they like moving around, or are they just standing over the one?
Some of them are kind of like moving back and forth, but they all seem to be focused on one of the coffins, each.
Okay. Let's see. Just at a glance, can I see if there's like a pathway that maybe we could pass by them without them seeing us? Like if there's any obvious blind spots, I guess?
It'd be pretty tough to make it by unnoticed.
Okay.
Unless they're really distracted by something.
Okay. So I'll just kind of crack open the door a little bit and motion for everyone else to come in.
Okay. For the sake of ease, I'll just remove the doorway here so you all can see, but we're going to have to move you on the other side of it.
And do we make stealth?
Yeah, everyone make stealth checks.
Check.
If you're moving stealthily. Rough rolling.
Going gun.
She just trips over the entryway a little bit.
I was just about to say, and Ira goes to pass through the doorway and gets hooked on the door handle that's there, is like trying to pull, and then finally frees herself, and the door slams shut behind. And these first several humanoid figures turn to face you.
Sorry, shit, sorry.
We're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Fuck, sorry.
Here, hold on, I'm going to remove all of them so we can re-roll. There we go. Go ahead and roll.
Boink.
Hello.
Hello. Varis is ready to go.
Oh,
And you
all right.
hear as they...
The same exact thing.
She tripped into you, so you're already pushed a little bit before.
And as they,
That's how-
as the cultists see you, one of them just shouts and says, "You are not supposed to be here. You will taint this place. Get out."
Get out.
All right, and we're up. So, Varis, I believe you are first in our order here. What would you like to do?
So, I'll just look at this first guy and I'll say, isn't that the point of why we're here, to fuck all this shit up? By the way, you're a dickhead. Bonus action hex.
Okay.
Either way.
Gonna work that in better, but it didn't work very well.
You're fine.
And then I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, and by the way, they have disadvantage on wisdom checks. I think
Okay.
I can change it per target
Yeah, it's per target.
over just the one cast. So disadvantage on wisdom. And then just two swings with the Heart Striker.
Sounds great. 17 hits, 25 hits, yeah. Actually, with the first one, it's enough to put this guy down.
Nice.
You stab forward with the Heart Striker, and true to its name, you strike directly into this humanoid's heart. And it reels back from the blow and falls collapsed on the ground. Its headpiece falling off and clattering away, and you see it's just a regular human guy.
Oh, that's not good. But then I'll just kind of hop over his corpse.
Okay.
And how far back here can I get? Can I like slip in between the
Yeah,
two?
you could duck back between there, yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, sounds great. Next up is Harriet.
I think Zarius is actually up. He's for some reason at the bottom, but he's 21.
Well,
As long as that's like intentional.
no, it would be Zarius.
I'm like, I don't
next.
know. I don't know his business.
It would be Zarius next. So, Zarius, what would you like to do?
Okay.
Well, Kanan's also lower on the order than she should be.
I think I just didn't organize this based on... Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So.
Does that look right to everybody?
Yeah.
That's looking good.
Okay.
Free up some space. Darius will take a couple steps forward, and then he'll just Sacred Flame this guy right here.
All right, Sacred Flame. It's a dex save, right?
Dex save. Correct.
I rolled a 19. All right. The flames kind of burst up from underneath, and this cultist apparently seems aware or familiar with flames from hell and manages to leap out of the way,
What?
dodging them deftly. Anything else for Zarius?
Zarius can do. No.
All right, next up is Harriet for real this time.
Not a joke.
What would you like to do?
Let's see. Oh, I need to measure how long it is. And she's just gonna pull out her trusty quarterstaff and give a little. Let's see. we're gonna try. What is? Why am I forgetting? Ray of Frost.
All right.
I know what spells.
What's the range on Ray of Frost? I want to say it's 10 feet.
60 feet.
Oh, 60 feet for Ray of Frost. Okay. What am I thinking of that's only 10 feet?
What's cone of cold? I don't know. I have no idea.
Huh. I'll think of it.
Nothing that I have that's only 10 feet.
Maybe it's poison spray.
Ah, that's it. Poison spray.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I almost never use that. So.
Okay, all right. So Ray of Frost at 19. Yeah, which one are you aiming at?
This one.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, up here.
All right. Yeah, you release this ray of frost from your hand, from the palm. Kind of this arc of frozen air shoots out, and it scatters across his headpiece and freezes it, and the tips of it shatter, revealing just a very human face. But he does take 3 points of cold damage. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
She's just gonna say, me and my friends are just trying to go through here. Thank you.
Okay. Next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm going to run and jump over this. Oh, that's the wrong tool. Over this thing here.
All right.
And land on this guy.
Okay. You rush over and leap.
And-
Make an acrobatics check and then an attack roll.
Okay, and I'm gonna stab him with the dagger as I'm doing that.
Nice. Okay.
Bloop.
23. Easy enough. Yeah. You can even do a flip if you want to.
Nah, she'll just jump on him.
Okay. Jump onto him and slam down. Yeah. Easily, you you stab into the top part of his back and cut downwards, and you hit a central nerve on the middle of his back, and he just collapses dead.
And then let me just double check something real quick. That was there, I want to say. Bloop. 30. Alrighty, and then Kanan's gonna move there and get this guy
All right.
with the dagger, aiming for his neck.
Okay. Make your other attack. Yeah, another 27. You stab across his neck. How do you want to kill him?
Yeah.
So the first guy she comes down on and gets him between like the collarbone and a shoulder blade, and then the second guy she goes over and just gets him right in the side of his neck.
Okay. Great. All right. He falls down dead. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That is it.
Okay. Next up is Enira. Meow. What would you like to do?
Well, first I'm gonna see. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Need to move 35. And I'm gonna do a good moonbeam again.
All right.
Second level on this guy. This is an enemy, right? That's a bad
Yeah, it's a
cultist?
bad guy. Yeah.
Okay. They're the
He's the bad
bad guy. Da, do, do, do.
Okay. He's got to make a dex save.
We're gonna get DMCA'd.
That's a 6, so he fails and takes the 11 points and is consumed in radiant fire as the moonbeam just ignites him and his corpse just burns away.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Just a quick, quiet sorry. And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is the remaining cultists, which is me. Okay, so these two, or these three in the back here, just shout, "You must get out! You will corrupt everything!" And one of them runs, opens this door here, and disappears. This back corner up this way. This one here says, "Run, go tell the others," and runs up this way. opening a door, disappearing behind it. And this one rushes down towards you, Kanan, ready to attack. He pulls out a scimitar, much bigger weapon than you expected.
Ooh.
But he swings at you twice. First time missing with a 12, and the second time with a 22.
That hits.
Okay, you take 3 points of slashing damage as he cuts across the front of you with his scimitar. Making a
Alrighty.
cool shing shing noise, like that.
Nice.
Alright, that's it for their turn. Varis, you are up next.
Alright, so Varis is going to hop up onto this coffin. And 15, 20. This is just an alcove. And so there's 2 doors up here, one on either side.
There are 2 doors in front of you and 1 door to your left. A big,
that is
big
the
door. Yeah.
Okay. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He'll take the dash action,
Okay.
and I want to try and push this door open,
Yeah, great, no problem.
just to kind of see what's on the other side.
Sure, you push the door open. It swings open, and you see the cultists running for the other door.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hello, friend. I'll bonus action, call him a dickhead, and give him disadvantage on strength checks. Sure.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, sounds great. Just this here. Okay. Next up is Zarius. What would you like to do as Zarius?
Shit, my other character that I have to play. He is just gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He doesn't have a billion movement speed. So he'll just do another Sacred Flame at the one that's left.
Okay.
And
Dexterity
flame.
save. It's only a 9. And so,
Okay.
Kanan, you see in front of you the figure that just slashed at you with the scimitar erupt into holy fire and fall down dead.
And that's all for Zarius.
All right, we're going to continue in initiative order because Varis is still engaging someone. But next up is Harriet. What would you like to do?
Let's see. So Varis ran off. Which way?
The door up on the left.
Okay,
I guess you can't see that far.
So, but she would have seen him run
That
off in
way.
the direction. It's just that I can't see him now as a player. So if I'm not actively watching where y'all are, thank you for like the 12 million arrows. Like I can see to here. So.
It's in the 12 million arrow.
So it's like I know that in game she would have seen him go that way, but I don't know. So she's just gonna run it that way then, seeing that these other folks have been obliterated. Okay, whoa! The yellow brick road is appearing. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that path, but thanks for the support. Now I can't even see my own toe. Love you guys. Okay, well, I'm just gonna click and hope I select myself and keep going forward.
All
And
right.
then, yeah, she's just dashing.
Okay, sounds great. All right, is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
No, she's just kind of, you know, in her mind, like, okay, we're really doing this. Oh my goodness, like, just kind of scattered, trying to bring herself back together.
Okay, sounds good. Kanan, you are up next.
Yes. She's going to jump over this tomb thing, and she's going to use her feline agility thing to go through the doorway she saw Varis go through.
Okay.
She's gonna go over this tomb. Bloop. I believe that is 55. Let me double check. Just kidding, that's 50. Oh, so I have plenty of movement. and then she's going to stab him once.
Okay, you rush down the short hallway there and draw out your dagger in order to stab into this cultist. 18 hits, yeah, it's enough to put him down. So sad, he dies. So you make a shing shing noise with the dagger and stab right into him. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
No, she'll just say to Varis, I guess yes, she will speak. She'll be like, did you see any others? That he said to warn the others?
You can respond if you want to.
No, not yet. I just saw this one. But there was that
Alright.
other one. So I don't know.
All right. Next up is Anira. Yep.
Sorry, I'm doing other things with the sound tail and it not working. Wrong
And my
word, it's
sound
not-
tail also broke.
So sad.
Yeah. So I'm gonna first move the moonbeam within 60 feet, not in front of, like, is this a doorway?
Yeah, it's a doorway.
So not in front of the doorway, but like here, so it's
Okay.
close enough for me to move it again later.
I gave you control over the token again.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, be near Harriet,
All right.
and that's my turn for now.
Sounds great. Okay.
And I'm gonna BRB.
Okay, sounds good. Next up is the cultists. Ooh, didn't think they were coming back, did you? Nah, you probably thought they were.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they said they were coming back.
All right. Okay. Next up. That's all they're gonna do for this turn. Scary. Next up is Varis. That's right, with a B.
Varis, the lineage.
So what would you like to do?
Good question.
The door in front of you, by the way, I can give you a little bit of a description on it. This door appears to be different, more ornate. It's not made from the same stone as the rest of them have been. There is a small handle on the left-hand side.
That sounds bad. Varis is going to step back next to Kanan. I'll bonus action second wind, get my hit points. And my 14.
Nice, 14, great.
Take it. Just kind of standing next to Kanan, like giving her a look, like, "Are you ready to do this?" sort of thing. And I will hold my action to throw an Eldritch Blast at whatever walks through the door.
Okay, sounds great. Drusilia walks through the door. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck!
I'm just kidding.
It's Fang.
Okay. All right, next up is Zarius. What would you like to do with Zarius?
Shit, that's another character.
Zarius did hear a little bit of rustling behind the door that the other cultist exited into. You're not quite sure what it is, but just heard
This one,
like,
you mean?
yeah, that one. Just heard some noise.
Zarius can only move 30 feet, so he's gonna go as far as there. But he will. He'll hold a sacred flame for whatever comes out of this door.
All right, sounds great. Anything else?
No. That's
Okay.
it.
Next up is Harriet. Ooh, red lighting.
Yeah, my eyes were getting tired, so I switched over my lighting. But it also means I have to take the background off because it isn't able
Oh,
to
yeah.
discern anything.
That's super weird.
But let's see.
It's like you're in a control room of some kind. I've
Yeah,
got
I
the
just got
codes.
these lights. I got this is I thought it was appropriate for the ominous
Yeah, that's great.
vibes. Anywho, what's going on? People are running all over the place. Varis went somewhere. Sorry, which direction did Varis run off to?
Varis
again?
went up into the left, just directly in front of you, and
Okay.
you heard noise, or Zarius heard noise up this way, and he headed towards that door.
Okay. Well, Harriet has a little more concern for Varis and his judgment skills, so she's gonna.
Varis's and Zarius's judgment skills are the same tonight.
Harriet wouldn't know that.
You also did see Kanan rush in through there, so
So she's just gonna full run up to these folks
okay.
and
You see them well. And you also see that ornate door at the end of the hallway.
just kind of look at them. I mean, noticing there's not really an enemy right away, but stop when she gets to them
Okay.
and just kind of hold there.
All right. Sounds great. You hold there. Next up is Kanan.
Yeah. She's going to go up to the door
Okay.
and use her action to listen in.
Okay. Sounds great. Give me 1 second here. All right. So use your action to listen. Okay. Cool.
Perception.
Perception. Okay, with a 13. Great. What you hear inside is it sounds like there's someone speaking really erratically, like they're super hyped up on coffee or they've made some great discovery, but you can't really make out the words that they're saying with that roll. But you do hear they're just excited language. One person just kind of talking and talking and talking.
See from. Okay, she's gonna move back over this, back to her spot. Can she stand over this body?
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna stand over the body and look at Varis and be like, there's someone in there. They sound a little erratic. I don't know if they're coming out or not.
Am I able to say anything in response?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it sound like him?
I couldn't make out words or anything.
Oh, just be ready.
All right, Kanan, anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right, and Ira, you are up next.
Yeehaw. So I'm gonna move Moonbeam. This is a doorway,
Yeah, it's a doorway. Yeah.
and none of our party is currently in said doorway.
No, Zarius is moving that direction, but nobody's in that
Okay.
doorway.
I'm gonna put the Moonbeam, like, in the doorway.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna move myself. 5, 10, 15. Is it a stairwell up or down?
It's a descending stairwell. Goes down.
Okay. So I'll move just to like the top of the stairwell so I can keep an eye on what's going on down.
Okay.
And also, because this is just like a low coffin, or is this...
The coffin's about 4 feet high, yeah.
Okay, I want to be able to keep eyes on this door as
Sure.
well as down. And that's my turn.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Next up is the enemies.
Oh no.
The door bursts open. Oh, that's not on that layer, that's why. It's like, why can't I grab this?
Oh my god.
And Zarius notices a wall of cultists and demon or devil-like creatures, all spined with wings flapping, rushing down the hallway. Fortunately, Anira has a moonbeam there, so
And the first one gets Sacred Flame.
First one gets Sacred Flame, that's right. So it's Dex save. And is Moonbeam a Dex save for all of them? I don't remember. Or is it a Dex save? Okay.
It's against, I think it's Dex against my spell save? No, Constitution.
Okay.
Constitution against.
It's con, okay. So I moved it back just for a moment. Let me make con saves for all of them, because they're all going to rush through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a couple enemies. Get ready, guys. Zarius can see it.
And then these ones also have to, so that's...
Can I reaction yelp?
yeah, you can reaction yelp.
Reaction yelp.
Just,
Oh. I lost one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the first one disappeared.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
well, he
what?
just
No,
died.
that's all the ones that were there. No, huh?
The first
Okay,
one.
so let's go from front to back here, because I just had to make a lot. So it's all against your spell save DC, correct? Of 16?
Yeah.
Will you just roll Moonbeam? Because I gotta see Moonbeam damage. Oh, you already did. It's DC 16 and it's 11 damage, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see, we got fail. Success.
Okay, they take
Fail.
half. Full,
Success.
half,
Fail.
full.
Fail. Okay.
Okay, that helped.
Oops.
We really did come to eliminate a cult. Yikes.
It's more than a cult.
Oh, really?
Someone who can see through the door. It's more than a cult.
Okay. All right. So they're all rushing out of here, at least. They all make it out. This one is gonna rush out as well, and he can fly, so he's charging towards you, Anira.
Okay.
And there we go. Another
So
one.
I have reaction yelped to get their attention.
Okay. Oh, he has wings too. He can fly. All right. So.
He has wings.
Yeah.
Zarius.
All right. So.
Or just your character, I'm sorry.
You hear a sort of growl, and you see this this wave of cultists rush out of this narrow hallway, followed in hot pursuit by these devils with spiky, pointed wings, and all these spines sticking out of their backs that kind of lift and float around the room, cackling as they do so. But most of them surround Zarius. A bunch of the cultists are just annihilated, incinerated completely by the Moonbeam's energy. But the following behind all of them is a red-skinned, large, leathery winged figure that looks strikingly familiar to Veseer. You see the backwards hands clutching a large staff with silver-pointed tip.
Not the ugly brother.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 of these are going to strike against, because that's all that's left, against Zarius. So that's a 13 to hit Zarius.
That misses.
Okay, and a 19.
That does hit.
He takes 2 slashing damage from the cultist scimitar.
Nice.
The 2
He's
spine
so
devils on either side. One of them is going to try to bite at him. They're both going to try to bite at him, and both of them are going to miss. With a 3 and a 7.
Oh.
And then they're going to attack each with their forks. They all have these pitchforks that they're coming out with. So the first one is a 14. My goodness. And the next is a nat 20.
That definitely, yeah.
It's for a whopping 8 damage. So,
Oh.
and then another one of these is going to attack you, Anira, with its 2 tail spines, which is a nat 20 and
Hits.
a 12.
Miss.
So you take, on the nat 20, you take 5 points of piercing and 10 points of fire. Finally, the Cambion, which is what it is going to say, I am the descendant of Ados, and I will destroy you, Vagabonds.
You know their name. He
and
knows
then-
my name. He knows my name.
And then he's going to... he's just gonna shoot some fire rays. One at Zarius and one at Anira. So the one at Zarius is an 18 to hit,
That hits.
and that's 9 points of fire. And the one at Anira is a
Four?
26 to hit.
I think that hits. I
That's
don't
a-
know. I have to do some math.
It's 11 points of fire damage.
Okay. So the 9 was not already halved since he's a
The
tiefling?
9 was not already half, no.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and that's it for them.
Fun.
Varis is up next.
Woo! Okay. Varis heard a yelp, so he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh shit, lots of things.
See,
25. Did you say that Mr. Dude, Mr. Brother is up in the air a little bit?
He's just kind of floating. He mostly uses wings to propel himself faster.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Varis is gonna bonus action Misty Step right there.
Okay.
You can grab Varis and not use the arrow tool. Just kind of appear behind him
Nice.
and not say anything because he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's gonna hit it. He hasn't hexed it yet, but he will attack twice.
Sounds great. Both of those hit. Yeah, nicely done. Total of 25 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a solid attack. You stab into this creature, managing to pierce through its armor in several different places. And you get a pretty good hit on him. It's looking hurt from that. Not dead or anything, but it's definitely is feeling the pain.
And he'll just say, "Turn around and face me. Don't worry about those other ones." And that's his turn.
Okay. Next up is Zarius.
Oh boy, that's the other guy. Zarius is gonna. Hey guys, guess what Zarius is gonna do? Use his
I wonder.
action to cast Spirit Guardians, and he'll do it. He'll do it at 4th level. Fuck it.
Oh my goodness.
Why not? It's funny.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's really bad.
Wow. Ouch.
I mean, it's still good, but it's
Yeah.
could be a lot better.
Okay, so they gotta do Spine Devils. Wisdom save. Ouch.
Wisdom saves. Turn around and face me like you can.
And then
Yeah.
these two fail. They're just bloop bloop. The two cultists are just deleted from existence as Zarius's angelic guardians rip them to pieces, leaving pieces scattered about the room. Where's my Cambion? The wisdom save also is gonna fail.
Sounds like an actual aura that he can turn on. Oh, I don't know.
It's... Oh, I gotta do math.
There we go. I figured out the aura.
Okay. Oh, it actually gets one of these spine devils too. Nice.
Nice.
Blah. Okay. Anything else Zarius would like to do?
Bonus action, say something quippy that Zarius would say.
Dinner time.
Dinner time. But no, that's it.
All right. Next up is Harriet. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna run back over here. She's just
No.
running all over the place.
Running back and forth.
She's getting laps in. Run this way. See the folks and be like, oh, that's the ugly brother. To herself. So there's these two here. Is what we see.
There's one right next to Anira, and then there's one right next to Zarius, and then the Cambi, and then Varis is behind.
Okay, she's gonna, I guess, instead of running all that way, stop at this one by Naira.
Okay.
And just try to shoot this one. Let's see. Actually... Have Harriet use some critical thinking skills and think about this. And then use a twinned ray of frost on this one.
Okay, sounds great. Nice 22 for the first one.
And
Nice, 22 and 24, okay. And you're using them both on the same guy?
yeah, this one right by Naira.
Okay, yeah. So you release the first one, and you see it kind of tense up, and you see parts of it freeze solid, but it's not enough to quite put it down. You release the second one, and as it slams into the Ray of Frost, just impacts. It freezes the creature almost solid, and it collapses off to the side, and as it slams onto the ground, it splits in half, although the guts weren't quite frozen solid, so the guts are just strewn across the room as the two pieces slide apart from each
Those
other.
strawberry candies that have the
Yeah.
like green inside. Oh no.
Pretty gross. But nicely done.
And so it's gonna be like, okay, Harriet, get yourself back together, and kind of turn around and
All
just
right.
be facing this way, but no more movement.
Okay. Next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Yes. Turn my mouse back on. I am going to run in and see what's happening. Delete 25. And then I will run there and attack this guy.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. Nice. 27. More than hits. Yeah, and that's enough to put him down. Is there any particular way you want to kill him?
She'll just stab him in the chest,
Okay.
whatever its torso looks like.
Okay, yeah. You stab in, you see the spine sticking out of its back over its shoulders, kind of tense and point up as your dagger slams into the front of it and you drag downwards, cutting its heart. Falls down dead.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay. Next up is Enira.
Yeah. I'm gonna move the moonbeam there.
Okay. And that's a con save, right?
Yep.
Cool. Well, it rolled a 23, but it's half damage, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
6 or 5, depending on
Okay.
where you want to go. 'Cause it's 11.
Okay.
And then, do I have... I think I have one... I'm gonna do bonus action a normal healing potion.
Okay, yeah, great.
So that's what, 2d4? Or 1d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2. 10.
Nice, double fours. That's
Hey.
good. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
There we go.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay, perfect. All right. Next up is Durant. I think that's his name. What did I make his name? Yeah, Durant. That's his name. Durant is going to look around and be very concerned.
That's right, punk.
And his... Yeah, Kevin Durant. And is going to turn indeed to Varis. And is going to... Yeah, he's going to say, "How about you work for me now?" Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Is this
It is a charm effect. It is. Finally is.
Finally.
Fortunately, that's enough. You feel this creature's presence start to penetrate your mind the same way that you felt Corzin snoop around your mind in the past. But this doesn't have nearly the presence that you felt before. and instead you force it out from your mind, from your consciousness, and regain your composure. And
Not this time, buddy.
he goes, and instead you see him pull up a forked metal rod. It looks like it's made of platinum or something like that. And he begins to cast a spell.
Ooh. Mage Lair. Oh.
Just if anybody wants to react or do anything with that.
How far is he from me?
No, he's 25 feet. He's close.
25 feet from me.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna die. It's fine.
He begins to, as he continues to cast a spell, unless he wants to do anything, you see underneath his feet a portal begin to open. And he stares you in the eyes, Varis, and winks. Goodbye for now, Vagabond. And drops through the floor, and the portal snaps shut. He disappears.
I'll just flip off the portal. Well,
All right. We're out of initiative order.
Motherfucker.
So is that the ugly brother?
I'd assume so. His hands were backwards. He knew who we were. Said he was a
Yeah.
descendant of, he who shall not be named.
Yeah. I can only assume it's the ugly brother.
Oh?
He was ugly, yeah.
Him hearing us call him ugly, he comes back out of the portal like, what are you calling ugly?
For Zarius' sake, how is everyone looking health-wise? Is anyone, really low, or everybody pretty good?
Okay.
Everyone good? Alright. Just checking.
So onward again?
Huh?
Yeah.
Where do we go, though? It's 3 doors.
There seems to be someone in the door down this hallway, and she'll point towards that hallway right there. I just heard someone earlier.
Well, do we want to go and check it out, or do we want to go there first since we heard something?
I mean, do you think Corzin's further down? We could go down the stairs.
I have no idea. I mean, looks like there's the way that all of those fellows came from. I don't know if that's the same way as that room is. There's that room, and then of course there's that door all the way down there. It's fine. It's just a matter of which we want to go to first. Where we think Corzin might be.
Right. Well, I guess we go to where we heard someone first.
Sure.
Now, if you heard them, they probably won't be long till they have heard us already. All of that.
Do you want to lead the way, Canyon, or do you want me to?
Sure, I can lead the way.
Sure. I'll be right behind you. I assume Darius' spirit guardians will probably disappear soon, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you all are quick about it, you could get some use out of it, but yeah, they're likely just gone. And Ira's moonbeam is also faded.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
sad. But you make your way up to the door. And are you listening again, or are you...
Yeah,
Sorry?
I'd like to probably try and listen.
Sure, make a perception check.
Okay.
17, okay. Yeah, once again, you hear this kind of erratic speech, followed by kind of a wet, eating sound, like a munching, kind of just a gross. I'm not gonna ASMR it here, but just kind of like this gross
Your new
squelching
mic.
noise. I know.
Oh.
Kind of this gross, just squelching noise mixed in, and then it sounds like he's talking through a mouthful of food.
Well, someone's not patient enough to finish their food before they talk.
Should we interrupt or?
I mean, if whatever it is hungry, I don't know.
Maybe soul scones.
It could be. I guess we'll try to go at it quietly, and then Kanan will try to very, very quietly open the door and get in there.
Okay, make a perception. Or, stealth check. 25, alright. You grab the handle deftly and turn it, gently opening the door. And as you do so, you see two humanoid creatures in the same dress and clothing as the ones that you just finished slaughtering. And they seem very enraptured, very focused. And there's another figure at the far end who seems to be like flipping through a book on a table, a large book on a table. Between taking bites of it looks like a big chunk of meat or heart or something like that. It's a big bloody piece of meat. But they seem very focused on it, and the figure at the very end is switching between talking very rapidly and erratically, flipping through pages of the book, turning over his shoulder and talking to them, and then going back to whatever he's saying in the book. They don't seem to have noticed you at this point. I'll move you, Kanan, on the other side, since you've just managed to slip in right there.
So the one guy that's eating stuff looks different than the others?
Yeah, he's wearing different clothing. He's got a little more ornamental headpiece, but the color of his robes are different. It looks like a status thing. Like, he definitely seems like somebody in charge, or at least in charge of these two. It's almost like a lab coat instead of robes.
Okay, Kanan's gonna slip her hand through the crack. I'm assuming the crack of the door is here.
Yeah, you just cracked it open and stepped in. Or peeked your head in, I guess.
Yeah, then she's gonna slip her hand back out to where everyone is, and like with the number 3.
Okay.
Trying to convey that there's 3 of them in there.
Okay.
And then she's gonna beckon for them to come in. And then she's going to attack this guy here.
Okay.
Leap onto him through the door. Just whoosh.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll. All right, a 12 hits, and that's enough damage to put him down.
Oh.
You leap onto him, stabbing your dagger into the top of his back, and the two of you kind of collapse hard on the floor. To which the creature, or the figure at the end of the hall of the room, turns and screams, "The Vagabonds are here!" And you see this orange energy build in his hand as he faces off towards you. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay,
We've really all been sitting here waiting for us to pull out.
Just like playing cards or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kanan.
The dichotomy of the Varis.
I think there's been a lot of nat 20s and nat 1s this evening.
All right. So first up, it looks like we've got...
Oh boy, wait.
Who do we got? Harriet up first. Okay.
Lots of low rolls, wow.
I know.
All right, Harriet, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess, is Var still in the doorway? Because she would... I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I can slip by Varis.
You could slip by him.
And I guess at this point, since you started attacking, I'm not really stealthing as much.
I mean, you can, but you heard someone yell, so I can remove
Harriet's
them.
gonna decide that she's not gonna prioritize stealthing at the moment.
All right.
She's gonna run through that door, see this person already obliterated, I guess. And, Let's see. She's gonna cast Burning Hands directed at these two.
Okay.
Like her cone.
Burning Hands is a 15-foot cone?
I think it's 30, but if it's 15, you might be right. Let me. Now that you're saying that,
I want to say it's 15.
That sounds right. I was thinking 30, but yeah, it's 15. Never mind. That's not happening.
Okay.
Instead, we're just gonna do a Scorching Ray, and it'll let me send it.
All right, an 11 Scorching Ray. So the first Scorching Ray stunts out and slams into the ground below the cultist's feet, unfortunately not doing any damage. Go ahead and roll for the other two. 10, same kind of deal. It flares off to the side and splashes against the wall harmlessly. 23, that third one will hit, yeah. The two go wide, and then the third one just slams right into his face and burns away his entire head, leaving a headless body collapsing on the ground. Nicely done.
And she'll kind of like shake her quarterstaff, like, "Come on, you need to work with me."
All right. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn? Okay. Next up is the Deathlock. You see him reach into a pouch nearby, pull out a small ball, and rub it together between his hands and throw it down into the hallway. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, ouch. Okay, so everybody but Harriet saved.
She's not having it.
Harriet, you take 22 points of fire damage. Everyone else takes half. And if you have a special thing like Kanan, you take none. Yeah, as you hear a large fire, mighty fire. As the flames erupt and wrap around down the hallway, around the corners, and engulf you all. A hefty amount of damage. But that's all he's going to do this turn. Next up is Anira. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Besides be on fire.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pat out the fire.
Yeah, real quickly, just so.
Yeah. If I raise the zombie of an enemy, does it fight for me?
Yeah. Yeah, if you raise the zombie, it fights for you.
That wasn't exploding.
The zombie of my enemy is my friend.
I'm gonna fungal infestation that guy. That then dies. Never mind. It didn't die within 10 feet of me, so
okay.
never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I am instead gonna do symbiotic entity.
All right.
Where is it? This one. Just for I gain 9, 18, 27, 36 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Because 4 and 9 levels, yeah. That's my action. I'm not gonna move all the way over there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay in the doorway. I'll go here. I'll be like there.
Sounds great.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is Zarius.
Darius is running out of spell slots. So, how far can he get? Not very far. So he's just going to go
Got the
30
dog fur all
feet
over me.
over to here, and he'll do Sacred Flame at the thing.
Okay, so dex save. Ooh, not a good stat. That's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Takes 10 points of fire damage, radiant damage, as the flames kind of burn up from underneath him and start to engulf his ankles and legs, that radiant, bright white energy. Anything else for Zarius?
That is all.
All right, next up is Kanan. What would you like to do?
Yeah. She is going to run up on this guy. Bloop.
All right.
And attack him.
Okay. Make your attack rolls.
And
Oh, 18 hits for sure. And a 14 hits. So that's a total of 14 plus 6, so 30 damage. Yeah, how do you want to kill him?
She's just gonna go up, and this guy's human, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, anatomy. She's going to get him across, I guess not using her left hand, across, like, deep into the upper part of his arm, hitting, like, the artery, and then through and into his temple. So
Ooh.
over and up.
Okay. Ooh. As you slash across and then upwards into his temple, the bright orange energy that is so reminiscent of Corzin and the color of his fur fades and snaps out of existence. You see the light die in his eyes, and he just goes limp and collapses onto the ground. Nicely done. All right. Okay, back to here. Switch the music. Okay, we're out of initiative order. So you all see in this room, again, there's the book on the table, and it looks like a bunch of notes scattered all over the place. If you would like to check it out, 2 people can make investigation checks.
Please. Investigation.
Either 2 or 1 at advantage. Nice.
Go
20
in,
investigation.
Naira.
Nice. Okay. So you obviously notice the large book. It seems to be the central piece of this. In addition to a pretty hefty chunk of a human heart that the 3 of them were taking turns eating. You also notice a large and star-shaped key hidden in one of the drawers. But the key appears to be, the book appears to be, it appears to be written in some sort of cipher. Like you need a codex in order to interpret it. But it looks like lab notes of some kind, just based on a general guess of what the content might be. But you're really unsure of what it is. But you can go ahead and add Lab Notebook 1 into your inventory. I also have it in an items list. So
There's more?
perhaps. Maybe I just put Lab Notebook 1. I have to go off of Kanan's screen.
You said there was a star-shaped key in the desk as well?
Yeah, large star-shaped key.
And part of an eaten human heart.
Yeah, that was on top of the desk.
Gross.
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe type beat.
And to your left-hand side, on the left-hand side of the room, you see another door about the same level of like intricacy as the one that you entered in through. Looks like this room was set aside as something special. But there is a door on this left side here. But other than that, you don't really find much else in there. A few extra candles, looks like to, light things and so they can see and work and stuff. These guys are human, so they do need light. But yeah, what would you all like to do?
Try to hear what's in this. Past this other door here.
Okay, make a perception check. 26, nice. You hear, and this room is deathly still. There is no noise whatsoever. You smell underneath the doorway, and the air feels stale and old and undisturbed. You don't really get any sense of anything inside.
This room seems really empty. I don't know. How are you guys feeling?
What do you mean?
How well are you feeling? I was figuring if you needed, we could take a quick breather, or not.
Varis and Zarius are feeling great.
Okay.
I don't know if it's wise to... I mean, I know he's waiting for us anyway, but... Do we want to just be a sitting duck in a... Because we don't know if there's an exit, so if they block off the only way. I don't know.
That
We
definitely
came
been
in
better.
the other way.
But-
Well,
I don't feel great about sitting here either.
well, I can open this door. There doesn't seem to be anything behind it. And Kanan will go to open it unless there's people
Sure.
saying anything.
All right. So, Kanan, you go to open the door. It's got the same kind of turn handle that you entered into this room with. As you push the door open gently, I'll remove the light there so you can see. You descend down a short set of stairs, and immediately you can see several bodies in different states of decay. Although all of them have been here for quite some time. They're not all skeletonized, but they've been here for long enough that they don't stink anymore. You also see several very large cages scattered about the room. If you'd like to make an investigation check, you can get a little bit more information.
Wow.
Investigation
22.
check made.
Perfect, okay. So, yeah, you see that numerous bodies are kind of scattered about the floor and in the cages as well. You look around, checking for any kind of presence of Fang or Drusilia, but they're not here. You don't even see any bodies that could resemble them. With that roll, it does look like you notice the evidence, a few piles of rags in one corner, and a few drag marks throughout inside one of the cells. You notice that it looks like one of these cells was occupied more recently than the rest. And in fact, the drag marks continue out of the room and down this other set of stairs on your left-hand side on the map, so on the bottom portion of the room on the map. It looks like someone was either dragged or pulled out of that room, or maybe multiple people, you're not quite sure. But you do notice the tracks go down this way, but there's nothing else in the room of any kind of note.
Okay, I'm just gonna say out loud, guys, no one's in here, but someone's been in here recently. It might have been Fang or your sister, Varis.
I have to go get them.
Yeah, if it's any chance that it's either of them, we have to go.
All right, and Kanan's gonna follow it
Okay.
as far as she can.
Yeah, you follow it up this, or down this stairwell, down the stairs, to another doorway that it leads to another room. You hear, just with your passive perception, you can make out kind of loud, ritualistic chanting happening on the other side of the doorway, but you're not quite sure what it's about. You can't really make out what they're saying in particular. It's in a language you don't understand.
There's something happening behind this door, but I don't know what it is. This person seems to have been dragged through here, though, so we might want to be hasty. All right, and Kanan's gonna stealthily open this door.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Just as a note, Matt, has it been
Yes.
an hour since the Chain Devil fight?
No.
Okay,
No.
Hex is still alive.
Okay, nat 20. Yeah, I'm just gonna move Kanan onto the other side, so you can see what's up. You see 5 of these figures engaged, actively moving their arms in a very ritualistic fashion, all chanting in unison, the same repeating pattern over and over and over. And in the middle, you see a huge like enormous looking elf, like easily 10 to 20 feet tall, far larger than any elf you've ever seen. And the elf is absolutely, most certainly, 100% dead. You see the pieces around the head and the arms at the shoulders and the legs at the hips have been severed and stuck next to each other. It looks like they're trying to resurrect this creature. But they do not notice you. They're very wrapped up in it. What would you like to do?
Kanan's gonna signal to the group again, much like last time.
Okay.
And then tackle this person. And trying to take it down with the knife. And then go after this person.
Okay. Sounds
and
great.
Then she has enough to, and then she'll flurry of blows here.
Okay.
So for the rest of us.
All right. I'll delete that so everyone can see. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. $15 hits. Yeah, that's enough. First one you stab into, take him down without issue. Next one, 23. Yep, and that's enough damage to put him down. Give me 1 second and I'll remove him. All right.
And then spending a key point to flurry of blows.
24 hits. Unfortunately, this one is not quite down yet. And the second strike does not hit.
Okay, so Kanan's just gonna go in and, like, behind this person, across its neck from behind, and then run around to the other one. And just kind of in the back of the head real quick, and then down to this one, and just kind of like punch it real quick.
Okay. All right. Kanan, in a blur of fur and fangs and Kane's dagger, rushes through, stabs two of these, takes them down, and strikes another one, but is unable to kill this third one. Kanan, as you are striking this third cultist here, you see the corpse on the ground, the large elven corpse, begin to twitch and move as the pieces start to pull themselves together. But it looks like you've interrupted this ritual. We'll just go in whoever wants to go next, because there's only three cultists left, so it's not a big deal. So Varis, since you're next, if you would like to go.
Yep, he'll just run in this thing. So he can easily get there.
Yeah.
Take a slash at it with the heart striker and all that stuff. Cool.
Yeah, that's enough.
Woo!
Okay. And then that was 30 feet. So I'll bonus action hex this guy, give him disadvantage on wisdom, I guess. And then just another 5, 10, 15. Because that's as far as I can go.
Okay, sounds great. Harriet or Anira, if you'd like to go next, you can. Otherwise, Zarius can go next.
I mean, Zarius is welcome to go. He's up there first, I guess, in the row here.
All right.
6, and he'll Sacred Flame the guy that hasn't been hit yet.
Okay.
So switch over to Zarius, Sacred Flame.
Yeah, and that's a 5. And 13 damage. Okay, so bursts into flames and is burned to a crisp with that radiant fire. And Ira, Harriet, either one of you is welcome to go next. It's just one cultist.
I guess I can go, but I can't see anything. Well, she can't see anything yet, so first she's gonna move.
Okay.
There we go. And the one cultist is the one over here by Kanan.
Yep, yeah.
That's left. And she'll just pull out her crossbow and she's like, "Come on, work with me this time." And try a little bop bop bop.
Accidentally shoot Kanan. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
No.
kill Kanan. It's a 19. I think you're fine, you
You're
monk.
good. You fire the crossbow off, and Kanan instinctually dodges the bolt as it flies true underneath her arm, very close to her body, but not hitting her on purpose. Very skilled shot. Give Harriet credit where it's due. And it slams into this cultist's chest and pins him to the ground as the bolt kind of propels him downward, and he falls down dead.
And she's also gonna use second wind.
Okay.
Fighter shit.
You all have managed to clear this room, and the corpse on the ground, you see the legs have reattached to the rest of the body, but the arms and the head are still detached.
Can I go over and take a look at it?
Yeah.
Does it like it's huge? Does it look normal, or does it look like very abnormally huge?
Its features are all appropriate for its size. So it doesn't look like it was like stretched or like, it's a deformed version of anything. It just looks like a big ass elf. You've never heard anything about giant elves before, but it's apparently what you're looking at.
You said its head and arms have not attached yet?
Correct, but the legs had.
Okay, Kanan's gonna grab the head
Okay.
and throw it into the fire.
Okay. Yeah, great. You pick up the head, no problem. It's heavy. It's a big head, but I mean, it's big size, like a laundry basket size. But you manage to pick it up and go and toss it into the censer, and it kind of crackles and burns in the magical flames that are ever burning there. But the head is consumed.
Is it
Sorry,
wearing-
it was a bunch of different pieces when I came in, and now the legs are attached. So
It's probably
Probably for the best. I didn't recognize it, so. I
well,
mean, the saying, all elves know each other, so. But apparently not this one.
kind of huge for an elf.
No. I've never seen nor heard of one like this.
Well, Corzin has his experiments, This might be
That's the thing.
part of that.
I mean, this doesn't
Right.
look like that. This looks like normal. Like they were born this way. Oh, well, not literally like this, but, natural. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
not an expert. Is it wearing anything? The body?
Just looks like basic, clothes for modesty's sake.
Okay. And but like no pockets, no like.
No.
Okay.
Looks like traditional undergarments, regular clothing that you'd wear under your
Yeah.
clothes.
Gotcha.
Underwear. Under there.
Well, I don't know if this means anything to Naira, but they don't mean anything to me. Except that they're big.
Does it mean anything to me?
You can make an intelligence check.
Cool. Because Sky doesn't immediately know if it means anything. And also, my brain is like, huh? Intelligence. Where is that's, yep.
Nat 20.
Your brain woke up in the moment.
This, you've heard rumors, read in books, but really you heard rumors from people back when you were a child in Latium about a race of giant elves. They weren't giants and they weren't elves. They were some sort of interbred mix of the two. They they weren't native to this plane, but they did exist, and they had this huge, wonderful society. They're very artistic, very cultured. There was a big group of singers and artists and painters, those kinds of things. That was their main culture. But again, you didn't think that they really existed. I mean, you heard the story when you were a kid. Just like we today hear about the Loch Ness Monster or something like that. It's the same kind of, it's just a story that isn't real. But they lived in a faraway place that, that's where everyone's pets went. When they went to the farm, they went over to this elf's place. to live with them, you know. And your parents accidentally kill your goldfish, that's where it goes. Kind of thing.
To live with the giant elves.
Yeah, go live with the giant elves. And...
So, I don't want to take the time to relay that, but I'll relay that.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's really something.
Right?
Well, I guess you know where your dead pets are going.
It's interesting.
Coulson's house?
My time in hell has proven two things that I thought were just rumors. Just rumors are actually likely true. So, who knows what else will bring?
A joke, Naira.
Why I want to leave. I want to go. I'm done. But yeah, so this was, and then it was the Gwendolyn lady that I thought was just a story that turned out to be a real person. And then this was just a story that turned out to be a real thing. I have to wonder.
Hell is good for an iris. Flashback to what you looked like yesterday.
Yeah. I don't regret
Really
it,
making your
honestly.
place, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they could have been like, hey, we're holding you hostage, but no, they just had these giant things, and I'm gonna fight, they know me.
So you're telling me, if somebody came up to you, Naira, hypothetical, and said, hey, Naira, I'm holding you hostage, you would be like, oh, fine.
I
I
wouldn't
won't attack you at all.
I wouldn't immediately fight. I only fought because they didn't tell me what was happening. I was just in a strange house with strange monsters. I don't know. I got grabbed by a devil thing, and I destroyed some of the rooms. It happens. What's the big deal?
Well,
Oh dear.
I guess we better continue.
Yes, please. Let's.
Do you think this will end up looping around? Because we came from here,
I mean, I think this
Kinda
all
went-
right here.
there, and now we're like here.
I think this one goes back to the coffin room, but
You wanna
looks
open it and
there's
find
more
out?
there. Oops.
This one?
Yeah. You can open it if you want.
Well, Varis, if you'd like to open it, I'll guard you.
Wow, I personally took 2 sanity points of damage from that.
I have to make
Push
my
the
own.
door open. Oh, hold on, I got you.
Room.
My sound tail's not working, so I had to make my own sound
Well,
effects.
I'll do it twice then.
But
2 doors. You open it and yeah, it goes back out into the coffin room.
Okay.
It's Corzin, he's sitting there freaking stroking a cat. Like,
Welcome to my lair.
please.
like, what happened to your voice and your regeneration? It changes every time he comes back.
Please. Oh my god.
But you do have a long a short set of stairs that go down into a long, narrow hallway at the bottom of this room that you're in. Yeah, down there.
Well, if we know where this one goes, we can go down that direction. And then head back to the other room and check where Veseer's ugly brother came from.
Oh,
All right,
Don't
sounds
you
like a
better
good plan.
okay with this.
All right. You venture down this hallway, being careful not to
Stealthily.
Stealthily. Okay, make stealth checks.
We can try to be so.
Double 21s.
Everyone knows you stay against the wall.
Yeah, and you keep your hand at the level of your
That-
eye.
That checks.
Oh my god.
Right here.
Nice.
Right.
21, 21, 9, 18, and 23. Wow. All right.
This has happened like every time
She-
where we've all rolled high and Anira's rolled like shit.
She
Every
like
time.
trips on a stair.
Every
It's
time.
like she's still looking back at the giant elf, but walking
Next time
forward
Aaron's
and
gonna be
just
like, I
trips
can
on a
just
stair.
carry you.
It's because George isn't here to roll poorly on stealth.
That's my job now.
All right, but you make your way down this winding hallway, and you find at the end a basic door, but it has a really elaborate locking mechanism that looks like it has a star-shaped keyhole.
Oh wow.
What?
Well, Kanan didn't see the key
Yeah, me
because she
neither.
rolled a 7. So
You're welcome to pick the lock if you'd like.
Why are we standing here? What's the whole?
oh, is it all? It's all the way down. It's way down here.
Are we being sneaky?
Are we being sneaky right now?
Are we sneaking around, guys?
There's this.
Ooh. I can
Is
pick it.
anyone good at picking locks?
I
I
can do it.
don't know how to pick a star-shaped thing.
I can do
A
it.
start. I have a key.
What?
My hand is blurred, but
I am actually a
really
little
funny.
suspicious about
I have a key. No.
Anira, am I allowed to ask why you have a key that works in the dungeon of Corzin Fatedraw's home right now? Is that something I'm allowed to, like, question?
I found it in the table.
Oh, okay, good. As
Oh,
long as
where
you
I found
happen
the
just
book.
having this key that magically works in his home.
I don't even know this guy. I'm only here because you all are here.
I
I
don't
have
know.
the key to Kanan.
I don't know.
Because I'm close enough. I'll put my hand through Varis's head, and just.
Okay.
I'm really tired right now. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, Kanan, you now have the key.
Oh,
Oh, you mean this key?
and Kanan's gonna
You
use
know,
it.
I really wanted to pick it, but
Well, I can lock it again for you if this works, and then you can
Lock
pick
ours
it.
out.
I'm okay with this.
Okay. You picking the lock? Are you unlocking it?
Yes.
Okay. You insert the key into the door, and you hear a low rumble somewhere out of sight.
Ah,
A
shit.
moment later, the door cracks open, and a burst of warm air rushes out. You see a dark hallway descend down a set of stairs, and see another large door at the end. What would you like to do?
Not die. But continue sneaking down it.
Okay. You sneak down this other hallway here, and just let me move us to the right map.
Guys, we discovered a new map.
Because there's another one.
Hey, check it out. We just did a thing.
What direction? Where are we on this map? Like north,
Bottom
south,
Bottom.
bottom, right.
What direction? Bottom right.
There we go.
Okay, let me get my note here. So you make your way down, and you find yourselves on a wide flight of stairs that the doorway that you entered in through is kind of opened up into. There's a large door blocking your path forward. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess we went through one door to find another.
Nobody else is hiding keys that they found in their bags, right?
No, I just
Making
picked up
sure.
that book on that table.
Just curious.
You know, the obvious things, and Kanan's gonna look at Anira.
I'm Snoopy. What can I?
That's fair. Well, Voss, did you want to pick a lock?
I do. I really do. Is this door locked?
The door's not locked.
I don't know, I haven't tried it, but you can still try and pick it
Damn.
if it makes you feel better.
Is there a lock on it?
There's no lock.
No.
It's just push panels.
Push to open, we pull it instead. Like, it's locked!
It's locked. Gotta pick the hinges off.
I haven't picked anything in a long time. These picks have been sitting in my bag. They yell at me sometimes, and it's really funny.
Wait,
Oh.
you know, I don't have enough time to unpack that right now.
I've had them for months.
I
I
got
bought
them
them
with
off
Luna
Yeah.
when
I
I got
think
these
them
earrings.
Yeah.
Anyways, would you like to open the door, Varis?
Sure, why not?
I feel like we're playing a nice game of Russian roulette.
It's roulette, I think.
Roulette.
Is it roulette?
Yes.
Well, she's southern and doesn't know
hello.
diction, so it's roulette for her.
Russian roulette.
Okay.
I love that.
You enter into this room and you see two enormous statues that appear to be Rakshasas.
Dope.
The figures are roughly 15 feet tall and incredibly lifelike. If it weren't for their uniform color, you'd feel certain that they could step right off the platform. As you're taking these things in, you feel another presence in the room with you, weighing on you, trying to slip past your defenses and enter your mind. Everyone make a sanity check.
No! Good gosh, no!
Oh, buddy.
This is for Zarius.
Oh my god.
Let me just roll my D100 here.
Yeah, okay, so a D6 for Harriet, Kanan, Varis, and Zarius.
I swear I
Hey, I
rolled
only
6 on
rolled a
those every
1.
time.
Okay,
Hopefully I
Nice.
just went insane, so I'm
Varus is a 0.
Varis is at
I-
0.
Oh wait, I'm only at 1. I don't have to roll a 100. We're good. Never
Okay.
mind, sorry.
Ow.
Varis is at the
Good.
bottom
I
right.
say
Go ahead
that.
and roll your D100.
Roman 100.
The E3. You get that one all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, instead, we're going to change it to a different one.
I was gonna say, make it more interesting.
Yeah. Kanan. Varis, you feel the normal, like, sort of power of personality that you have fade away. And you feel yourself become incredibly impressionable. You feel this kind of willingness to comply with whatever you hear, whatever anyone tells you to do. And you hear this whispering voice in the back of your mind say, "Draw your sword." You draw your sword, and it says, "Point your sword at the tabaxi."
Turn around to Kanan.
Now run her through.
Oh no.
Pew!
And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh. Hi guys.
Matt is just like,
Fight
let's try
me
something
now."
different. Let me pick something.
You're gonna fight me now.
I have to pee.
So I'll put a note in here. Varis is crazy.
Haley and I both changed our lights to
Stabbing.
red.
Food lighting.
and
Yeah.
stabbing Kanan.
I'm trying to get better about like this being like just the ambient, like yes, nice, but then combat, peace.
Ah.
Well, I changed mine based on how my eyes feel, but I have the rainbow. You cannot see that.
Oh yeah, I hate having it on blue.
Yeah,
Blue hurts my eyes.
Just brah.
the rainbow.
Okay, I know. All right, so that is where we're gonna cut off today's session. I had a great
Wow,
time.
buddy.
I think everyone else had a great time too. It was a lot of fun. And we'll pick up there next time in the midst of the dungeon of Corzin Fatedraw.
Next time on the Vagabonds.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.